You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play. I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
German sips with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Alas, mud fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see, it's about what fun could be. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann.
You're watching Alizmat the Shadow Band.
TSWGGG. She She's got her boot, she smashes his face into the ground, She throws the glass at his face and it cuts him. Just like on top of all of the torture, after all the shit she did to that rod up that cunt's ass. After all the shit she did to you, are you fucking kidding me? This bitch goes fucking ham. And she likes it. Bam, bitch. 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 Guess what? Shit's about to get real. And yeah, get your panties in a fucking twist about this. Women are fucking evil. Men are evil too, but there are some fucking things that women will do and go the extra mile for that come. She's got her boot, she smashes his face into the ground. Yes, sexy time is the best way to do it. Like, bitch, come on. Like, bitch, come on. Princess Fuckface, is a fucking cunt. Like, bitch, and she likes it. Bam, bitch. 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 Guess what? Shit's about to get real. This is the way that you beg me to fuck you. Beg me to fuck you. Guess sexy time is the best way to do it. Like, bitch, come on. Like, bitch, come on. Princess Fuckface, is a fucking cunt. Like, bitch, and she likes it. Bam, bitch. 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 Guess what? I'm a motherfucking shit. Come. Because they want his bodily fluids. That's I guess sexy time is the best way to do it. Come. Special hero juices. TSWGGG.
Let's see now. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Where's the audio?
I can't sleep 'cause it's burning deep inside, like gasoline on fire running wild. No more fear 'cause I'm getting closer now. So hungry, but I like it anyhow. I go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster.
Okay. Testing one, two. Yes. Okay. The meter is showing that I am audible. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a cough drop. I know it doesn't sound professional to say it. I'm gonna take a cough. Each other can do that. And for my lovely people that are out watching or on stream on the chat, shout out to you guys. You guys are the goats. Hmm. The cough is still kicking me in the ass, but not as much as the last few days. So I want to keep it in check. But it's Saturday night. For some of you, it's probably nice to just chill and relax. So I won't do my usual stick where I'm screaming and everything. Plus, because I got people in the house sleeping. My son's sleeping. Lady Shadowband is resting. Her daughter's resting. So we're gonna just keep it chill tonight. But racism cannot be allowed. Okay, I don't allow racism in the chat. So actually, I'm gonna do the thing. Hold on. I'm gonna bring the chat window in. So I'm gonna just there we go. And Laura decrease the screen here. And I'm gonna take my ass over here, right? Let me see. The thing about OBS that's cool is I can do such these overlays that are like awesome. They're very there we go. I can do that. I can customize it, and that's awesome. I'm gonna read the chat in a second. I'll get to you guys in the chat in 1 second. I'll start reading some chats and see what kind of racism you're propagating. So I'm sure you're propagating lots of racism. That's what you do. That's what you people are. So okay, let me see the pop-up chat. Pop. Here we go. Booyah. Okay. Let me increase the size a bit. There we go. Okay. There we go. We got the pop-up chat. Got the thumbnail behind me, and me in the bottom. So let's say hi to the chat. Okay. So first person who's commented was Colin. Colin Lampin, the creator of Emerald Man. He says, "Imagine being middle aged." You know, right? What is middle aged anyway? Like the average American male lives to be in the 80s. So technically, I'm past middle aged. I'm gonna be 50 in 2 years, so I'm way past middle aged. We got Monkey King of Zealandia, who is simping for AEW. Um, Big AEW fan, but yeah, he's watching it, and I think he's pleased by what he saw. So, shout out to Monkey King of Zealandia, aka Plungecast, a friend of the channel. Hangs out quite often, and he's got his own channel and live stream as well. So, if you haven't, go sub to Monkey King of Zealandia. Check out his live streams and help support him, help grow this network, a legit network of comics and fun, and not none of that prima donna crap that we're seeing lately breaking down on X and YouTube. Oh, it's been glorious, very glorious. Shadow Ninja's in the chat. What's up, Shadow Ninja? Welcome, good seeing you here. We have Colors doing what Colors does, which is violence, because she's in the ban zone. She's been banned, so that's why she acts the way she does. Um, Yes, people have been commenting on the updated Hogs video. I did some editing on that, and I think the reaction is exactly what I wanted. So yes, so expect to see more intros and stuff like that. As I've been dabbling with a little AI, and it's been good. I mean, it's like working with CGI, and it's good for the stream. So mm, content, everything, make it a nice interactive, but visually, visually exciting and with full variety. Uh, Flume was in the chat. He says that's how I like my women, tied up in the basement. He's talking about that Pumpkin Warpatch cover. Do I have the cover? I mean, I have the background too, but I should have put it up here, right? Yeah, I should have, but that's great. Anyway, but you know the drill. He likes his women tied up, kind of like Wonder Woman. When Wonder Woman was created, the creator of Wonder Woman did it specifically because he had a fetish for women being tied up. So Wonder Woman, when it was created, was a fetish comic. They don't want to. They kind of want to, suppress that story. But Wonder Woman was a fetish comic. So in a way, I'm kind of doing something similar with Pumpkin Warpatch. I'm just a bit more honest about it, but I'm also adding story, comedy, action. So it'll be as underground a comic as you can guess. So come check that out if you haven't already. And back the pump, no, back the pumpkin, back the comic. Actually, back the pumpkin might be a good slogan. It might be a good slogan. I don't know. I should try that. But yeah, the links in the chat in the pinned comment. Before I continue saying hi to the chat, let me go to the Kickstarter. Actually, here we go. Put it right there. Oh wait. Um. Second. There we go. Okay. There's the Kickstarter for Pumpkin Warpatch on Kickstarter. First two issues are live. Fulfillment is expected to go down in January, so there is no like incredible wait time, right? So there we go. Awesome. I love that I can move these screens now. This is great. But there is the Pumpkin Warpatch Kickstarter. It's the first two issues, and it's gonna be lots of comedy, action, lots of sexiness in these stories. Um, each issue will be self-contained stories, but they'll connect to a larger story. Kind of like my Road Warrior graphic novels, where each graphic novel has a self-contained story, but they connect to form a larger arc. Same thing with these Pumpkin Warpatch comics. So the first two issues will be ready to fulfill in late January, early February, and then I'll do the Kickstarter for the third issue, and I'll be doing it like that. So this is images from the second issue. Here's the first issue cover. The first issue was an ash can for B Citizen Road Warrior Drake. I'm gonna be updating the artwork on the first issue too. So if you back the ash can, it's gonna have some unique art in that. But I will be updating the first issue with some newer artwork, so it'll be its own thing connected to the rest of the series. So I think you'll enjoy it. I think it'll be lots of fun. So there it is. That's the Pumpkin Warpatch comic. And we're back to me, my own mug. Let's check the chat for a second. Let me see. I'll just continue reading the chat. So, oh, Desert Nomad. He says, "Back Pumpkin Warpatch now." Yes, do it. Back Pumpkin Warpatch. I just need 12 issues total or $500 total, and I've fulfilled. Doc Blaylock is in the chat. He says, "Okay, everyone can relax. I'm here now." Yes, Doc is in the chat. Doc Blaylock, the writer for um, uh, Damn Dirty Shame, which I have the comic here somewhere. Let me see. Do I have it here somewhere? I know I have it here somewhere. Hold on. Let's see. 'Cause I bought it at the Jersey Con last year. Here we go. Here you go. This is the Damn Dirty Shame by Doc Blaylock. I haven't read it yet, but I will because I have a lot of stuff I have to catch up on. But I like the art. It's nice black and white. Oh, it's a like look what I just turned the page to. It's a Saturday night. I can do this, but yeah, you got a nice little. See, Doc gets it. Doc gets it. You got the less attractive females and all that stuff. But yeah, I like the look of this book. So, Damn Dirty Shame by well, Damn Dirty. Sorry, Damn Dirty Thing. Damn Dirty Thing. I'm sorry, he's gonna kill me for saying it wrong. Damn Dirty Thing. Doc Blaylock. There we go. So, I'm sorry. Doc says shame. He says, "Well, it's a shame I got the title wrong." So see what I did there, right? It's a shame I got the title wrong, but I got the right thing now. Damn Dirty Thing. Doc Blaylock. So I'll go ahead and read it at some point, and then I'll do a review of that. Um, I also got a book by Divinity Comics. I'll do the unboxing this week. But yeah, I got a book from them. I'll do an unboxing. Don't tell JD Kirby, but I've I have a book to do an unboxing of. So anyway, continue on with the chat. I think I had everybody, right? Color says your book is a fetish book. No, it's not a fetish book, Colors. But I am doing a little nod to the original Wonder Woman because that was a fetish book, and it had its fans. So Underground Comics, I talked about this in my indie comic outlier streams. They do tend to gravitate towards extreme sex. Not me. I'm not doing extreme sex, but I'm playing around with the underground nature of my book. So yeah, we got Arnold. Einbrecht in the chat. He says, "Hail Doc." Dark Gift Comics says, what's up, peeps?" So yes, we got a good, decent crowd here, and we're just gonna have fun tonight. We're just gonna chill tonight, and I decided what should I title tonight's stream, and I said, you know what? The thing I talk about is criticism, right? I talk about criticism, and nobody's received criticism more than me in this space, and I think I've done a good job in applying it. Because if you see my shit from 2018 versus how it looks today, it's a world's difference. And I could look back at my shit back then. I'm like, you know what? I could redraw that, and that's why I was talking about. Like, I'm gonna redraw some panels or pages for the first issue of Pumpkin Warpatch because there's some panels that I think I could do a better job at. But I treated that book like an ash can because it was an ash can. But now that I'm repurposing it as a first issue, I think let me go back and redraw some of the panels. So if you back the first issue, if you bought the ash can and you back the first issue, you're gonna have different art in some panels, not the whole book, but a few panels here or there. So you're definitely gonna want to get that. So yeah, but yeah, Saturday night is upon us, and I'm thinking, I can receive criticism, but I feel like I can do a better job at defending my stuff too. I'm not some patsy. I'm not gonna just sit back and just like let people just allow me to walk all over me either. So I figured, what can I do to kind of like mm, defend it, but not look like I'm not accepting it because I've accepted it. I really have. But I'm like, maybe I should just make content out of it because the amount of grown men that are just upset about me doing my books is just amazing. So like, let me have fun with this. So I decided I'm gonna do the first ever Pumpkin Warpatch Rehabilitation Center for hurt middle-aged men because I care about the middle-aged men. I care about their feelings because I don't know, they, I just do. So I want to, help them get better and grow up. We really do. So Doc says no wrench arg. So the rules for wrench docs is you have to consistently be around my chat. I only give wrenches to people that are consistently around. So if you hang out more often, I can wrench you. So those are the rules here. Henry Beeman says, Alas, why do you have hair? It's discomfort. I'm allowed to have hair, Henry Beeman. I'm a human being. I have testosterone. I can do those things, Henry. I really can. I'm allowed. I'm totally allowed. Oh, wait, is JD Kirby in the chat? Wait, is he? Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Damn it, JD. Fuck. He's in the chat. All right, JD, let me ask you a question, JD. Do you want me to do unboxing now or for Thursdays in the Comic Con live streams? I'll leave it up to you, JD Kirby. John Donald. So I unbox your book now or on Thursday? You tell me, and I'll do the opposite. Or maybe I won't. Who knows? Um, some person says hello. Before that, he says that fisheye lens filter isn't making your head less peanut-like. Listen, some person, I can lean in on the joke, but I'm not gonna let you body shame me anymore. My body's art. I'm art. I'm allowed. I'm doable. One thing you're gonna learn, and I'm gonna class, and you're gonna be sorry that you were nice to me in this life. But it's okay, because I want you to know, some person, I forgive you. I am proactively forgiving you, so you don't live your life with a bad conscience. I relieve you of guilt. I'm a lovely man. I really am. Wait, Butterbean? Some person, who are you calling Butterbean? I'm not Butterbean. What's wrong with you? Oh wait, we have an update from Arnold. He says he got Jannied off Twitter by the Jeets. Oh yeah, because he said the word. Yeah, he said a word. Yeah, unfortunately, even though X is free speech, there's still some words you can't say on X because they will ban you for quote unquote hate speech. So can't say certain words. Actually, there is no freedom of speech in these platforms. So whether you like it or not, if you're going to platform here, you gotta go by the terms of service. And just play around it. You gotta play around it because that's the way it is. When you're in a spot, when you're in a space, you got to go by their rules if you want to succeed in that space. I don't like it, but I'm not being forced to. I could go to Kick, stream there, and that should be okay. But still, like, um, today I'll go on YouTube because it's easier for a lot of people. But if I stream again tomorrow night, if the big if I stream again tomorrow night, I'll do Kick. And my last stream on Kick was successful. People were interacting, and we had a decent conversation about my rant on Western indie comics. Yes, I did a rant, and that got some good engagement. So Carol Color says, "We've seen you unbox things before. You use your teeth and chew through the box like the fair." I'm not saying that word, Colors. I'm not saying that word. Full of that word's gonna get me banned on YouTube. Stop saying the D word. Stop it. I wish you just would be more supportive of what I do, but you're not, because that's why you're in the ban zone. Colors. Shadow Ninja says, "Are you sure you're a lady?" Wait, what? Who's a lady? Who's not a lady? I know you're talking to me. I'm a man. I'm testosterone. I have hair on my chest. Well, some hair, but I have hair where it counts, and I have inches where it counts. And that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, Colin's being cute. He's using the D word. D word. I'm not gonna read it, Colin. I'm not gonna read it. Not today. You're not gonna get me struck off YouTube today. Not today. Not today. Ain't gonna happen. So, oh, I just finished chewing my cough drop. So, yes, but so if I got 14 live people watching, which is not bad for my channel, anytime I'm in double digit live viewers, I'm good. Because again, I'm trying to get a nice crowd of people that just like art and comics and just want to have fun, chill, but not body shame. I will not allow you people to body shame me. It's not gonna happen. Billy Parmax is in the chat. He says, "At last, Matt Hale. Hello, Billy Parmax. Good to see you here." By the way, I'm gonna do this too. By the way, I thought about this because with my OBS now, Like when I play that song, within Temptation, that when I do that song, I can play like put lots of images throughout that. So I'm thinking about having space put in there for like people that with comics that are currently funding and do a little promotion that way. So I might do some promotion that way. So if you have an indie comic that you want to promote, if you can give me like a 1240 by 780 image file, then I'll just put it in there for the streams, and that way during the beginning of the intros, I can promote your comic. So I'll probably put that in my DM groups and let people know, hey, if you want me to promote you, that's how you do it. Um, so Dark Gift says no body shaming. Fuck this. I'm out. I'm a human being, Dark Gift. I'm sentient. You should know better by now. So I'm perfect. I'm art. I'm as God made me. People are inspired when they see me. You would think Saturday night people would just be chill and just be welcoming and open and diverse. But no, no, we want to be close minded and just come at me. So I see the spears are in full force tonight. I'm telling you right now, I got my shield up. Always got my shield up. So Philippian this. Some person says there must be some way to get Elasma to lose a bet and dress like Mr. Bean. No, no, we're not doing that experiment again. We're not doing that again. Some person, we're not doing that again. Not tonight. Totally not tonight. That ain't gonna happen. Totally not gonna happen. Um. So yes. Billy Parmack says Elasma is sort of a human being and deserves a sort of. No, I am. I'm made in the image of God. I'm art. I'm completely artistic. Wholly artistic. So I don't want you to fall into that trap that you have to be pressured by your peers. Actually, no, I just looked at my camera. Oh shit, my hair's growing back. Oh shit, I gotta shave it. I gotta shave it because I don't. When the thing comes out, it looks weird. So yeah, I gotta tomorrow I'll shave my head and look nice for my Monday streams. I haven't picked a movie for my Monday Monster Moratorium yet. Um, but actually, where's my pad? If you haven't been watching my Monday Monster Moratoriums, I bought a new drawing pad by the way, so now I got more papers to draw with. But my last drawing got a lot of accolades. Where is it? The Predator drawing. Let me find it here. Yeah, this one got some nice accolades. I got a lot of drawings I got to start putting up. Let me just enlarge the screen for this. All right, here we go. So got a lot of accolades for this, and I'm wondering if I should sell this at the con or if I should do an auction online. I got some drawings I'm gonna do auction on, and some drawings that I want to sell at the cons. But I have a con in 2 weeks over in Lehigh Valley, so I'll be there with a table and lots of art that I can sell now. So it'll be a nice looking table of this display of my artwork. I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be fun to do. But yeah, I am ready to continue drawing. Let's see. Yeah, this pad has a lot of art that I've done, including the Mighty Golden Patriot, Yellow Flash's Mighty Golden Patriot, among other things. Yes, it is there. It is absolutely there. It's absolutely fine. And there we go. Okay. So, oh wait, is that a super chat? Holy crap! I got a super chat. Wait. Hold on. I got something to press. I got a super chat. Here we go. Hold on. And I see KSS. Okay, let me read KSS's comment first. He says, alas, my good friend. Happy birthday, my good friend. Fart face. Nice stippling job on your. Okay, first of all, I didn't stipple my head. This is real hair, and I gotta shave it. Number one. Number two, stop calling me fart face. I have a government name. Call me by my government name. I totally stopped reading Michael Diaz's super chat because you want to throw shade at me. You're an awful person. Anyway, let me read Michael Diaz's super chat. He says, Alice Match. Oh, wait, for $5. He says, Alice Match streams are entertaining and informative with a thumbs up. Not Alice Match. I can't get mad because you paid me. That's the thing. Like, when you guys pay me super chats to chuck your spears at me, I can't get mad because you're paying me. And that's what sucks. Because I just have to take it. And I hate that. You guys are bastards. Okay, we have $5 Canadian dollars from Arnold Weinberg. He says, God wanted you to look like a sentient Arrakis? What the fuck is that word? Hold on, let me highlight it. God wanted you to look like a sentient Arrakis hypogia? But why? What's a hypogia? Stop speaking science to me, Arnold. I don't do science here. Don't speak science to me, please. I need real words. I need real words. Um, Colin says his government name is Mr. Quackington. D word. I read the Q word. Damn it. See, I avoid the D word, but now I read the Q word too. The Q word. I can't read the Q word. Those words are getting me struck off YouTube. So, damn it. KSS says government name is Fart Lazarus Face. You know what? KSS, I should take your wrench away. I should take your wrench away. Hey! Dark If Comics says, speaking of horror, it looks like Shout Factory, Scream Factory might be shutting down. Oh, that sucks. Shout Factory's putting out a lot of good stuff. They have like the live streams on YouTube. They have the well, anyway, he says they already moved all their inventory to grub.com and shut their own site down. Snag up the Blu-ray while you can. Okay, so I'm glad to do that. That means the Blu-ray prices are gonna go up. So if Shout Factory's going down, that means all their Blu-rays in the market are going up. Crap. So yeah, snag them up. Snag them up. Super chat from John Donald Kirby. Okay, $2 from JD Kirby. He says, focus on docs. I can wait later this week. Thanks. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I will be doing the unboxing for JD Kirby's book this Thursday on Any Comic Outliers. So there we go. All right. Um, 15 live viewers watching. Nice. You guys have been active with super chats. I appreciate that. I also don't mind. Here's the thing, because we're entering a dark period on YouTube revenue. If you guys been following the stuff with Camelot, or as some of us call him, Kumalot, aka Cody Denson, I think his last name, Cody. Um, he's getting charged back on his super chats. He's got paid like hundreds of dollars a day off his revenue. I think he owed about $10,000 to $20,000 in chargebacks. I'm like, holy crap, 10 to 20,000 in chargebacks, and yeah, he's getting fucked. So like, super chat money ain't it's not what's the word? It's not set in stone. It's not really secure. It's not a sure. It's not a sure thing. At any point, you can lose that money and have to pay back and pay back in droves. Shadow Ninja says, "I love that company, aka Shot Factory." Yeah, Shot Factory's got some good stuff. I bought their Gamera stuff. What's the Gamera stuff? Yeah, because of the Mystery Science Theater 3000, they had the Gamera DVDs in the tin box. I have the tin box in my library up there. So they released that. That was pretty good. I bought more of the Arrow Video stuff. I haven't bought like a lot of the Shot Factory stuff, but Arrow Video got some of their stuff. But yeah, I think this now the time to get the Shout Factory stuff. Um, Dark Gifts, he pre-ordered the Ninja Turtle 4K box set. I'm torn about the Ninja Turtles box set because it's got the other movies. I only want the first movie. I think it sucks. I mean, I guess it's a good thing for Turtles fans to have all the stuff compiled into a nice box set, but I want the first movie only. And I don't know if that first DVD includes any deleted scenes like the original ending that was only seen in the European market and other stuff like the music videos, reviews, all that stuff. Like they haven't done Blu-ray DVD features justice in a minute. If you look at like the older DVDs, like they used to have like the old trailers, they'd have like old interviews and documentaries and all that stuff. Now they're putting in new shit that's really like, you know, meh. Some person says about Shout Factory. Words hard. Some person says Shout Factory. I think they do MS3. Yeah, I bought their Gamera print box set. Actually, what I did with the Gamera stuff is I took the original letterbox versions of those movies and I superimposed it with um the episodes, so now I can see them riff the actual letterbox versions of those Gamera movies. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's like one of my favorite stuff that I have in my collection. Um, so yeah, KSS is happy birthday everybody in the chat. So if KSS is wishing happy birthday, please um respond because if not, I'll get a night letter, and I don't want night letters from anybody tonight. Not tonight. Definitely not. Oh no, it's Jabbage. Shit, Jabbage is in the chat. It says Jabba. He's throwing the Q word. Jabba, I'm not reading the Q word tonight. Not tonight. I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not reading it tonight. You can miss me with that. Well, yeah, I was mentioning the Cody stuff, the Camelot stuff, because excuse me. Every time I cough, I should play an intro, but I'm still adding more intros. But I'm having fun with the AI stuff. I'm creating intros and the Pog song was awesome with the new stuff that I added. Okay. Uh, Shadow Ninja says Shout Factory, I believe, has their own channel on Tubi. They have their own YouTube channels, and they be doing live streams of all the Jackie, not all of them, but they have some of the Jackie Chan movies going on 24/7. They have some of these Sentai shows going on 24/7 on YouTube. So they have a lot of stuff they've been showing. Um, Java so okay, so Java is now spelling the Q word with K. I'm still not reading it, Jabbage. I'm still not reading it. I don't care if it shows up on screen. I'm still not reading it. KSS says, Dark Gives is full of warmth. Yeah, I don't know what that means either. And Color says his AIDS ain't getting better. So, damn it. Damn it, there's a lot of diseases in my chat. I don't want bees and diseases in my chat. So if you have diseases, please get yourself checked because I'm worth it. My life is valuable. And I'm not inheriting anyone's disease. Not tonight. Not tonight. Oh no. I'm a pillar of health. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's true. It's true. KSS has a link for Pumpkin Warpatch in the chat. Please go ahead and back Pumpkin Warpatch. Even if you can't back it, if you want to throw like $1 or two, because you can always throw a pledge, like a $1 or $2. If you can do that, that will be helpful for me because I just need either 17 backers or $500. Either or will get me my gold net. So go ahead and try that. Colin says, Achoo. Hold on, man. You know, there's a symptom called Achoo syndrome, and it's a symptom where, like, if you look at the sun or bright light, it activates something in your senses in your eyes that causes you to sneeze. It's a thing. It's a scientific thing. I looked it up. I have that. So every time I look up in the sun, I have a sneezing fit. I've had it since I was a kid. So, um, uh, that's that's Michael Diazzi. He says the fisheye effect of the potato camera is particularly strong tonight. Well, it's the camera. It's a webcam. What can I tell you? That's just the way it functions. Although I like the angle, that's why I use it. If I use the straight up laptop, it comes aiming me, and I don't like that. I want to be able to like not look at the camera. I think it's professional that way. I like it better that way. Shadow Ninja says, "I want the Jetman DVD box. Um, I want to get Spectre Man one day. I have like a couple episodes of Spectre Man. That's an interesting show. Um, um, yeah, Dark Gift is saying that the Shout Factory is going to stop physical media. They'll just keep streaming on YouTube. But yeah, you got to get physical media. Keep buying the physical media because I don't trust the streaming services. KSS says, Alasma, Carol and I, that's Colors, want to congratulate you on changing shirts after wearing the same one 3 or 4 days, 3 days instead of 4. How do you know, KSS, that I don't have the same colored shirts? You don't know that. You think you do, but you don't. You don't know what's in my wardrobe, in my closet. You don't know that. You think you do, but you don't. And I ain't doxing my wardrobe for you people. That ain't happening ever. And just for that, I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings right now. You ready for this? I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings right now. You ready? Here we go. Sons of Anarchy. This is my Sons of Anarchy shirt. I haven't watched a single episode. Hope and seethe. Hope and seethe. Paula says he'll wear this out till Thanksgiving and then change back into the pink. Number one, I don't wear pink. Number two, cope and seethe. Jabba says, I'm letting my hair go. No, I forgot to shave it tonight. I'm shaving it tomorrow, Jabba. I'm shaving it tonight, tomorrow night. That way by Monday stream, it'll be nice and bald again. So hope and seethe, Jabbage. Hope and seethe. Bella says, sorry? No, you're not sorry. I see right through your sarcasm. Colors, I see right through it. Right through it. Like piercing right through it. I see it. 100% I see it. Right, right. You don't think I don't follow. I know what goes on. I have informants everywhere, and they inform me of what's happening in others' chats. I see what y'all say about me in others' chats. I see it. Wait, Colors, I wasn't talking to you. You're talking to me now. You're talking to me, not Colors. Now you're talking to me. So I caught you. My experimentation is working. I caught you. Okay, KSS says, Elizabeth, November 22nd is my good friend Shelby Robertson's birthday. He's 49 years young. He's live streaming now, too. I'm watching you both singing a happy birthday. My beautiful singing voice, KSS, ain't cheap. So I'll tell you what, if somebody pledges $1 or more on my Kickstarter, I will sing. I like no, not even a super chat. Just like pledge $1 or $2 on my Kickstarter for Pumpkin Warpatch. If I get $1 or $2, I will sing Shelby Robertson a beautiful happy birthday. So let's have it. Let's give me $1 or $2 on my Pumpkin Warpatch Kickstarter, and I will sing Shelby Robertson the bestest birthday song he's ever had. You can clip it and put it on his stream. He'll love it. So here we go. Okay. Color says he has his on-screen chat on top chat. Oh wait. Yes, you're right. Okay, you get that 1W. 1W colors, you get that 1W. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now we're live chat. There we go. Okay. No, I'm not letting my hair grow out, Jabbage. It wasn't I just missed it because I had things I had to do. Jabbage. Catch up. Catch up. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Um Elasma. Kay says, Elasma, you should ask Shelby to draw your variant cover. So Kay says, I'm actually past the point of variant covers. Um I I just want readers. I'll be honest, I just want readers. Like the whole variant cover things, like it was fun. It was necessary for Street Champion Road Warrior Drake because I was new at the scene. It was my first book, and I was trying to find ways to build excitement. So it was necessary then. But like now I'm like, I'm just sticking with like one cover a book. But I'm open to like a variant cover at some point with collections and graphic novels per se. But I've been burned with variant covers in the past, so I just stick with one cover per book, and then like down the road, like if I ever do collections, I'll revisit like variant covers. But um, I'm just gonna keep it simple for now. But Shelby sounds like a good person. You seem to be a big fan of Shelby, so I'll keep him in mind. We have a $1 super chat from Buck My Cow. Nice, a $1 super chat. I think it's a sticker, right? I think it's a sticker because there's nothing in there. So, shout out to you, Buck My Cow. Like, by the way, speaking of cows, Pumpkin Warpatch encounters the Church of the Cow in issue number 2 of Pumpkin Warpatch, which you can get on Kickstarter. What is the Church of the Cow? You have to read the book to find out, but it's very insane. Um, wait, Cat says, last one, offer Shelby to draw him a variant cover. Oh, nah, I probably won't be his speed. I don't know who Shelby is, but I probably won't be his speed. So, but we'll see. We'll see. You seem to want to ship me and Shelby. Are you okay, KSS? Are you fine? Why do you want to ship me and another comic book artist? Are you okay? Why are you gay? Are you transgender? What are you? Like, do you need to talk to me? Do we need to intervene for you, KSS? Like, let's have that conversation. Let's have that conversation tonight. Still says chop chat. No, it says live chat now. I have the live chat open. Colors. The live chat's open now. Wait, actually, you know what? I hit the live chat. Oh, you know what? I hit the live chat on the studio. I got to go into the actual stream and hit live chat. Hold on. Sons of bitches. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Let me just lower the volume on the stream itself. Otherwise, you'll be hearing two of me, and you people don't want that. I know you don't want that. Okay. Let's see if this works now. Okay. Let's see. I hit the live chat on the. It should show up now. I don't know. Like I don't know how to. I don't know how to not make it live chat. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Well, I mean, refresh cache of current page. Let's see. Okay. Now the live chat's off. Okay, there we go. So let's see if that works. I'll keep the YouTube page open. Till then. Michael Diaz says, can't wait to hear Last Man singing through his streaming setup. Oh, it'll be great. It'll be great. So you'll love it. Um, I'm listen, KSS. First of all, don't call me fart face. I told you about that. And number two, I know because I'm still on top chat. Listen, I'm trying. Okay, this is OBS now. I hit the live chat option on my the actual page of the stream. Let me see. Has it worked? Let's find out. Uh, yeah, I don't know how to change the top chat option on the OBS. I hit the current I hit that, it says hit current option. I don't know what to do. Like it's actually let me see if I hit the pop out chat. I'm gonna do the pop out chat option and then see if it allows me to update it. Okay, here we go. Live chat. Let's see if it gives me a different. Okay, here we go. Yeah, because see, it says top chat. I don't. I hit live chat on here, so I click the link. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that gives me the option. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's just I have the live chat selected on the YouTube stream as well as in the studio, so I'll just have to read comments as they come along. So why am I in burgundy color? Asked Colin. It's the lighting. The lighting. This particular lighting just makes it everything burgundy for some reason. I don't want to turn on the top light because I don't want to make it too bright because it's late night and some of y'all just want to chill and you don't want that brightness to hit you in the face late night. So Jabba says get off gay chat. Listen, I can't. I don't know what to do. I can't change it. I don't know how to change it. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a pop out chat on the studio. Okay, let's see if that works. So I'm gonna open up my studio. Okay, here's the live chat. Let's see if that works. Okay, believe me, I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see the live chat. I believe that live chat is the heart of the streams. Here we go. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, now does that work? Let's see. Okay. All right, so let me. This should. Oh, it still says top chat. That's so freaking. That's so queer. How's it? Oh, yeah, because it says live. It says live chat on my end. Like I'm looking right at the thing, and it says live chat. So I don't know. Wait, property. Let me hit refresh on that and see if that works. Because I have live chat selected. Yeah, I don't know why it's only showing top chat. It's weird. Let me see properties, control audio. No, I don't have the audio option on that. Uh. Mm. Says read access. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta look into that. I'm trying, guys. I really am. I don't know what to tell you. It's just like I said, I'll just have to read comments as they come along. So you'll have to forgive me on that. I don't know why it automatically goes to the top chat. It's stupid. Uh, Colin is asking, are you eating shirt? I'm not reading that, Colin. I'm not reading that. You should know better than that. You should know better than that, Colin. Michael Bancroft's in the chat. He said, the last one's forcing us to view him through rose-colored glasses. Why do you? It's a wonderful color. Beautiful color. I like it. KSS says, give Ein the link. He will fix your issues and read the chat. And without the Puerto Rican, listen, I'm not Puerto Rican, KSS. I'm not Puerto Rican. You now you've been an enemy out of me for life. Now I'm your enemy for life. For life. Keep calling Puerto Rican. I told you I'm not Puerto Rican. But you want to continue to slander me? Now it's on. It's on now. That you've chucked many spears at me, KSS, but that one really was a low blow. Big time low blow. I hate you. I hate you. And you asking for Einel to show up? Nothing. No. How about that? Oh, I just saw that Shadow Ninja. He wrote somebody deleted it, so I don't know what he said. But Intense Shifter's in the chat. What's going on? Intense Shifter. He says, when is the next River live stream? I hear they're very popular. Really? River live streams? You know, sleep streams are popular for a bit. That was the thing. That's what started the Road Warrior Drake Sleepathon was because of those sleep streams. But river streams, I didn't know that was a thing. So I mean, I don't doubt it. I just didn't know it was a thing. Dark saying good night. He has to crash for work. So thanks for stopping by, Dark Gift. Appreciate it. Um, but I'm sure that you're running because Bancroft's in the chat. So Dark Gift afraid of Bancroft confirmed. Flip that, Michael. I got you a new intro. Dark Gift bows to Bancroft. I flip it. You have our permission. If you make super chats off of Bancroft, I want 10% of it. Anyway, Einbrecht says you're not Puerto Rican. I'm not Einbrecht. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm human. I'm beloved. I'm all those things and more. Kaz says, alas, man, we are good friends. I stopped calling you Pookie. What more do you want from me? Stop calling me Fartface. Stop it. Stop that. Monkey King of Zealandia with a bunch of emojis. None of them are racist. So thank you, Plunchcast, for being a friend to the channel by not putting in racist emojis. I love that. That's awesome. Um, I'm not Puerto Rican, Cass, so stop calling me that. You know what's funny? I've streamed for how long? It's already been 54 minutes, and I don't think I even have a topic per se, but it'll come. And if not, then we'll stream for another hour, and then we'll call it a night. But so far, I think I've met my goal in terms of getting a couple super chats. But I would like to get at least a backer for Pumpkin Warpatch, a backer, or a couple dollars in the pledge. If you don't want to buy the book, but you want to support me, throw in like $1 or $2 in the pledge on Kickstarter, and then you're good. Like I said, I just need to get 500 or 17 backers, and then I've funded, and then I can call that a successful campaign and go with that. And I'm sure like once I fulfill those books, the next Kickstarter will be also successful because I'll have something to build up on. My fulfillment rate has been successful, so you can back my book and expect to get it unless you give me your wrong address. See, I've had a couple backers who sent me wrong addresses, and I've had my books returned to me because of it. And normally, what I do is if you give me an address and it doesn't check out, and I get the book returned to me, I'll shoot you an email to get a verification. So I have a couple backers who their addresses were not accurate, so the books got returned to me. So I sent them an email waiting for verification. So once they give me verification, I can resend their books. I still have a couple people that are overseas backers who didn't get their books. I'm doing that every week or every other week when I get paid. So I'll be sending the books out to the overseas backers. But all my local backers, in one form or another, have had their books fulfilled. You can count on me to fulfill my books. I have a good track record, and I'm very open and easy to reach out to. So there is no like Kickstarters or past Indiegogos where I got like comment sections of people being angry, and I don't respond. I make sure to respond to all my backers. Colin says Sir D. Wordigan is a real dish, alas, Matt. Speakers are real too. Doesn't mean I have to accept it, Colin. Shadow Ninja says, just asking, do you have any of my shows from the 90s saved anywhere? No, I don't have any of your shows from the 90s, Shadow Ninja. I hope that kind of sucks if you lost them because there's a lot of gold in those shows. So, yeah, Shadow Ninja's got a TV show called Sci-Fi Ninja Theater, which started out on public access and now it's on YouTube and other channels as well. He's been doing this for like almost 30 years. I'm actually talking to him about doing a documentary about his show, which is pretty cool. So we're in the talking stages of it. But it'll be a documentary more for like the circuit, for like the theater circuit than for YouTube. But that's just something we're talking about. Nothing more to add to that. Einberg says, Alcide says you're Iranian. Well, bring the inactive in the chat. If he wants to challenge me, get him in the chat. I'm not Iranian. I'm a human. I'm human. My birth certificate says so. And guess what? It ain't a short form birth certificate either. I'm human. KS says, Allah's not the Iranian. You, brother, you. What's that, brother? What's that? I don't know, KS. This is Einald being a retard. This is Einald doing what he does. He just came off the short bus, and this is what he does. This is his thing, his shtick. That's what he does. That's exactly what he does. Oh. Shadow says they weren't lost; they were destroyed. Oh, you talk about the original tapes, huh? Um, yeah, I don't have. Actually, a lot of my older stuff from back in like the 1990s and 2000s, a lot of it is gone too. I got older media that's missing now. Not missing, but just gone. I have some saved, but a lot of my media is gone too. So, but then again, like what I do have preserved is probably better than what I've lost. That's the way I see it. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't have your older stuff, so I can't help you there. Uh, John Donald Kirby just retweeted the link. He says, "Why, Lord? I love when you're mad, John Donald. I love when you're mad. Trust me, John Donald Kirby being mad is manna for me. So I'm so glad he's mad." Bancroft says, I'm trying to listen to Eliza's wisdom while four teenage girls scream in the background. Oh, okay. I don't know what to do with that information, but fine. You put it out there. I guess. I mean, mean versus. I don't know what. Just anyway. Shout out to Australia. Anyway, Shadow Ninja says short bus. Yes, laugh him out. Yes, laugh my ass off. Yes, we're kind of politically incorrect here. So yes, we do that things. Anyway, KS says last man. Hear me out. This is KS says. This Monday, 1954 Gojira. Yeah, we should talk about that. And actually, I do want to redraw Godzilla because my Godzilla drawing, I look at it, I'm like, you know what? It probably isn't a great Godzilla drawing. But unfortunately, he does have that weird shaped cone on his head, and I was trying to replicate the 62 Godzilla because he does have like a weird shaped head. But I can see where people like look at it and like, oh, that doesn't look weird. Let me show you the drawing in particular. Where is this? Where's the drawing? The Godzilla drawing. The 1962 Godzilla drawing. Um, this is the my Patriots. There's my Yaira, which I'm gonna redraw. I'm gonna redraw Yaira at some point. I like the character, so I'm gonna redraw her. But I don't think it should be here. Oh no, that's because I have it framed in the box. I don't want to take it out right now. But I'm gonna redraw Godzilla. So in the meantime, I saw my Gargantua drawing. So here's my Gargantua drawing, which I absolutely love. And I'm gonna frame this and sell it. If I don't sell it at the con, I'll do an auction of it and see what I can get for it. But yeah, I think I should redraw Godzilla, and then the 54 Godzilla would be a good drawing to do. So I think I may do that, Kansas. I will accept your suggestion and do Monday Monster Moratorium draw stream with Gojira, 1954. Bancroft asks, why do girls scream? For a variety of reasons. I don't know. I won't say any because it might get me struck off YouTube, but it happens. Anyway, Island says, so how about that terrible documentary about Kumala? Bottom shelf. Yeah, that there's a 20-minute, if you guys haven't heard, there's a 20-minute documentary on YouTube right now about Camelot, aka Cody. Holy crap. Like, and I remember that he was gonna do this like tell-all video about something that happened over at NASCAR. And then this guy named Nathaniel came out and kind of like let's blasted him, and he never ended up doing that video. So I'm like, yeah, go check it out. If you guys have a wrench, post a link in the chat. You should see it. It's pretty eye opening if you haven't been following Camelot. Godzilla is in the air, says KSS. Kyle Ninja says, I still have your animation at the end of my credits. Yeah, actually, I could probably do a better animation of that, Shadow Ninja. Like I could redraw that and do a better animation of that Shadow Ninja girl. So I should do that. Um, KS says that the original Godzilla, yeah, that's what I said, Gojira, the original Godzilla movie without Raymond Burr. Although that version was pretty good too. Actually, I did a mashup. I did a mashup of the 54 Godzilla with the Raymond Burr version. I combined it into one movie, and it's awesome. 'Cause I have the original Godzilla on the, I have the classic media special edition Gojira with both versions and special features. I have the Criterion Gojira. But you know, let me pull them out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you guys right now since we're gonna talk about it. And I guess I'll show it on the stream on Monday too. But since I got you guys here, so here's the classic media. I'm gonna enlarge my screen for this. Here's the classic media 54 Godzilla. Okay. Do I have my flashlight here? I know it's a little dim. Actually, I'll just put the light on for this. Let me grab my back scratcher, which also doubles as my light switch. Okay, so I will go ahead and turn the big light on for this. There we go. Okay. All right. So here's the 54 Godzilla from Classic Media. Nice, beautiful hard case with both versions of the movie and some awesome special features. So I have this. I have the Criterion Godzilla Blu-ray, Gojira, also with both versions in Criterion version. So I've always wanted to get a Criterion Godzilla movie, so I'm glad I have it. It's good to preserve it. This is one of the reasons why you should always get physical media for things like this. And then my mashup with both versions into one movie. I used the cover of the original Paramount VHS. I use that as the cover because I like the VHS covers from Paramount. It's nice nostalgia. But I did both versions of the movie into one mashup here. So that is my Gojira 54 collection. Let me go back and reduce my screen. I guess I'll keep the light on for now. There we go. That way you guys can stop complaining about the burgundy. Let me read the chat for a second. Uh, KSS says, I only watch documentaries by my one person, Matt, I guess it's referring to me. So speaking of documentaries, so I have three planned in the works. I got one that I'm doing about criticism. I'm gonna do that one first. That one's gonna be an interesting one because I talked about an incident that occurred when I first published my Pumpkin Warpatch post on X, and I had two people that came in and tried to sabotage it. So I'm gonna do that video and put them on blast and just show the whole how people in our space react to criticism. Those that say that, oh, you should accept criticism, when they get criticized in return, they don't like it. And that proves that they use criticism as a weapon. It's one thing to criticize artwork for the sake of making the person better. Even if it's harsh, sometimes it's fine. I mean, I've gotten harsh criticism, but I don't normally react to it. I just hear it and I'm like, okay, how do I absorb it? How do I apply it? And maybe turn some of my detractors into backers. And it's happened. I've turned people who are some of my bigger detractors, I turned them into backers or supporters. And all I did was just try to get better. So it's a thing, but then there are people that just they know what they're doing and they'll say your stuff is bad because they want to shit on you. They want you to fail. We've seen it. We know this happens. We know it's a thing. So I want to start doing videos where I put them on blast. Now it's time to really criticize their criticism. If you give criticism, let's see how well you receive criticism. Here's a hint. Here's a spoiler. They don't receive it well. So that'll be a fun video. So that's gonna be my first documentary. Second documentary is the Unity documentary, and that one's going to cover crossovers in comics and movies, and then show why the Unity thing was doomed to fail. So I'm covering that. That'll be another documentary. And my third documentary is the Dungeoneers documentary. And speaking of Dungeoneers, if any on the chat, and I know some people, I've had people come up to me that wanted to remain anonymous and giving me info. So I understand this is going to be a bit sensitive for some people. But if you have any information you want to give me regarding the Dungeoneers, whether it's live streams, posts on Twitter/X, anything that would help the documentary, shoot me a DM on X if you want to stay anonymous. I respect your anonymity. Send me a DM. Give me what information you can, and I'll go ahead and use it. So those are the three that I have in the works right now. So and I'm gonna start this week on them. Uh, Intense Shifter says, anyone got that link? Oh, for the link to it for the Camelot thing. Yeah, KSS just posted it right there. There's the Camelot link right there on the bottom. So you guys bookmark it, check it out, and it's only 20 minutes, but there's a lot that's said in those 20 minutes. Shadow Ninja says, "What did you think of the new Godzilla?" You mean the last one, Godzilla X Kong? It was fun movie. Um, it needed more Godzilla, but it was fun. It did what it was supposed to do, which is to entertain, and I got entertained watching it. I had the Blu-ray of that, so I had the Blu-ray of the Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla versus Kong. I got the Godzilla King of the Monsters Blu-ray, which I think as time goes on, more people tend to love that movie because I don't know why it didn't do so well when it came out. You had Godzilla, Ghidorah, Rodan, like and Mothra. Like how did it not do so well? But I think as years go by, more people tend to love it and tend to invest money in it. So home video is always going to be profitable for movies like that. Uh, Going on to the chat. I know it says Alu Azmat, says Arnold. We have Del Rio in the chat. He says, I think staying far away from Comicsgate has helped my art in the long run because I have more energy to focus on it. That's always good, Del Rio. That's always good. Unfortunately, to piggyback on your comment, Del Rio, um, Comicsgate was a place where the criticism was helpful, but now it's become a place where if they don't like you, they'll trash your art, and it's a way to kind of like to suppress you from doing your book. So yeah, I think staying away from that is good, especially if you're like focusing on like the underground comic stuff. Because there's a market for that. You just gotta find it and build it organically. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to rebuild it and doing it the organic way. So yeah, stay away from it. Real comic fans are like out there. They're just not in that comic skate space. That space is just all the Ethan followers and the Malin followers. When I'm hearing these days, there's even a split there now because of the Jacksel drama. So yeah. Billy Parmax says, I want a Godzilla versus Antifa. That'll be a 2-second video, but I'll pay it. I'll pay to watch that. Godzilla versus Antifa. It's like Godzilla versus Bambi. Just go with the footstep. Tim Molson in the chat. Timothy, he says, what's up? How's your campaign doing? I'm trying to get more backers, Timothy. So I'm doing, these streams to get more people to back, and I'm gonna try to find other streams where I can go on. By the way, Timmy, when you get a chance, Timothy, if you can give me a 1240 by 720 image file of your recent comic, I can use that to promote it on my streams. So if you can do that, give me like a recent promo cover for Melvin, 1240 by 720, so it fits the screen, and I'll include that in my intro for my streams so I can get more people to promote their stuff. So I'm gonna do a little more promotion like that. So if you can do that, send it to me ASAP. Get the word out for other people that want that. I'll go ahead and start promoting comics that way. Yeah, CG is dead. We don't care about CG. I mean, I like talking about it because I was a part of it, and there's a lot of lessons we learned from it, and it's a lot of hilarity and entertainment from the drama and breakdown of it. But yeah, as a comic movement, it's dead completely, 100%. Not even debatable. Anyway, Billy Pomack says to Wilson Hale, I missed your warmth. That's all gay. Get out of here. Uh, Shoutin just says my favorite is Godzilla versus Hedorah. Yeah, that is definitely a good movie. Divisive for a lot of people, but it's a good movie, and it's just very experimental, but experimental to me in a good way. And it's also because that movie, the director of that movie, and there's still some people that don't know this, but the director of that movie is the producer of the first Godzilla MonsterVerse movie from 2014. So, and he helps head the way. He helped push to get the MonsterVerse going. So, the director of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, aka the Smog Monster, is largely responsible for the MonsterVerse. So, shout out to um Yoshimitsu Banno. That's the director's name, Yoshimitsu Banno. He's the guy that one of the executive directors for the MonsterVerse for Godzilla 2014, and he has since, I believe, passed away. I think he passed away before Godzilla King of the Monsters. So shout out to him and his legacy because yeah, he was very instrumental in making that happen. Billy Parmack says a lot, but I missed your warm. That's a lie. I didn't consent. Don't come in here with that. Billy Parmack, you were cool, but now we're not. Now I consider you an enemy. Don't ever, ever, ever spew that at me ever again. Ever, ever. My warmth is for one person. My warmth is not for sale. I am not a cheap person. I'm valuable, exclusive, independent. I'm all those things. I don't belong to anybody. My warmth is mine and mine alone. Oh, and Lady Shadowband too, but still, no, no. I don't care if it's Saturday night. I'm not a cheap anything. Why don't people get that? Why don't they get that? I don't understand why they don't get that. I wish people would understand how valuable I am. The angle of this stupid camera is not flattering, but then again, I'm not a flattering looking person, I guess. Actually, in real life, I'm pretty. I'm to the shame I'm going to let the glove drop. Excuse me. I'm looking at the chat window, and again, I don't know why it goes on top chat. It shouldn't. I wish it didn't. I don't. There's no way to really like make. Actually, no. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go to right now to OBS, not OBS, to Google, and how to set the top chat on OBS to live chat. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Okay, it's asking me how to. Yeah, no, it's telling me how to do the URL, but I'm talking about to keep it where it's live chat. What does it say? Um, Wait. Yes. Okay. Right. Position and test the chat. Okay. Yes. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Nothing. It doesn't. It doesn't. Let's see, live chat overlay. Yeah, okay. So I gotta check. There's two videos it's recommending. I ain't watching it now. I'll have to watch it at some point. But like I said, for now, you guys gonna have to just stomach the fact that it's just not letting me change it. Unless I go to settings. Let me try settings. Maybe the settings option. Maybe no, no, not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. Yeah, but I'm sure there's a way to do it, and then I will have it fixed for the next stream. But I think doing the pop-out chat from the studio looks better because of the black background. I think people see it better that way. So So yeah, we'll stick with the black background. We'll stick with the studio chat. It looks better. Uh, KSS says I play with. You keep saying I play with sticks, and you haven't verified it. You've not verified that. I don't play with sticks. I carve wood. I don't play with sticks. Um, I see colors and Kansas are conspiring in the chat. They're doing gay ops in the chat, so I'm not reading their comments because they're gay oppers. Ever. Um, wait, Shadow Ninjas, can I see a page of your Comic Con? Just one. You mean a page from Pumpkin Warpatch? It's in the link in the chat. Like all you gotta do is go to the link that I pinned, and I mean I'll show it right now. But yeah, I posted a couple pages in the Kickstarter for Pumpkin Warpatch. So we'll go to that right now since he's asked. There we go. There's the Kickstarter for Pumpkin Warpatch. There's a this is a panel from one of the pages. Here's the cover for issue number 2. She's all tied up here. This is also from issue number 2. Another panel from issue number 2 right here. Here's a whole page from issue number 2. There you go. Here's the cover for issue number 1. Here's a panel for issue number 1. So, and I'll be showing more pages as I do more live streams. So you'll get to see more of that. So there you go. So there's the book for Pumpkin Warpatch. Um, Einold is recommending therapy for colors. She needs therapy. She's been needing therapy for a long time. So thank you, Einold, for intervening for colors and for encouraging her to get therapy. She needs it. Absolutely. Wait. Einold was asking, goodness, did you play with them in front of you? Do you need a sexual assault counselor colors? And Claus says yes. No, that didn't. I was carving my wood. Okay, the carving of the actual wood from the logs that I cut down from the tree in my yard. Slip that and try to spin it. You degenerates. All yous. Simone says, now we know the origin of why she flips tables. Yeah, because she's disturbed. She's a disturbed human being and violent. She flipped a table at me at a con a couple years back. I still haven't gotten over it. It's been horrible for me. And there she is flipping tables in the chat. Not necessary. Even Creepy Kevin doesn't show Carol his stick, says KSS. Yet. Who's Creepy Kevin? I don't want to know this stuff. Stop putting it in my chat. The table represents a trauma. No, the table represents the terror of other people's trauma because they're victims. Comedy. I know she's a band's own partner, but I don't allow people sweeping for each other in the chat. There's no sweeping of people in the band zone in the chat. It's not doable. It's not allowed. Not gonna have it. Shame on you, Tommy. Shame on you. Carving you. Can't stop laughing. You know what I know? It's a carving my wood. I'm talking about the wood from the logs I cut in the tree in the yard. God, you people are disturbingly sick. I said I was gonna go live, try to get some comic talk, but you're talking about discussing things. You're all discussing people. I'm embarrassed for you. Like, why do you do this? Why do you do this? Let me do some quick. I'm gonna go ahead and play with a little bit of the. There we go. Try to play a little bit with the sizes here. About chat. There we go. And now the background. There we go. Okay. Okay. Nice. There we go. Okay. Just to have fun with it. Just to work with some overlays and makes things fun to play around with. Tim Molden says she's a casual band zone partner. I can't be tied down. Don't say that in front of her. Comedy. Don't ever say it in front of Colors because she'll hold you to it as it hold. Okay. Okay. Yes. Anyway, um, yeah, Saturday night, you guys are out in full force. I appreciate it. Um, I think we've had a pretty interesting chat, so to speak. Considering that I just said, let me just go live and see what comes of it. And I think we've been doing pretty good tonight. A little break from the usual streams in our circle. A lot of a-logging, a lot of documentation of stuff, interesting stuff, entertaining in some form or another. I don't do that. I watch it, but I don't do that. I just go and hit the like button and just do my thing. I do my thing, and I'm okay with a small live viewership. That will grow as I do more products and more fulfillment. Um, I could also do the thing where I talk politics, but let's be honest, like I'll get maybe hundreds of live viewers talking politics, but none of that will equal comic book sales, and it's not what I want to do. So I may mention it casual, but I'm not gonna do a thing of it. Like with Doug to Naple, who just build his channel on that, and it didn't result in comic book sales, which is a shame. It's a shame because people on the right tend not to support the arts, and that's a big gaffu on their part. Color says Aladdin has to pay for my therapy, and Raptor has to pay for my rehab. See, you just can't accept a world, Colors, where maybe you are accountable for you. Or maybe the men that you've hurt are the victims here. You just can't accept that such a world exists. Well, I'm here to tell you, Colors, it exists, it's here, it's now, and your spears have no effect on me tonight. None. None. What convention are you going to? Says Shadow Ninja. So I'm going to be going to the Lehigh Valley Comic Con December 6th, Saturday. So on December 6th on Saturday, I'll be at the Lehigh Valley Comic Con. I'll have a table there. I'll be selling copies of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake and Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. Right here. Actually, let me open up the OBS because I've seen the YouTube camera. It's behind. Here we go. So there we go. So I'll be selling these books at the con, and I'll be selling my artwork that I was showing you. So I'll be selling these books, artwork, and some other items at the con, December 6th at Lehigh Valley Comic Con. So if you're able to attend, I'll be there. I'll have a table there. I'll take lots of pictures for my ex on Instagram and you know share that. So it'll be awesome. Kobe Mac is in the chat. What's up, Kobe Mac? Sorry, last man. Didn't know you were streaming. Would have jumped on early. Well, I mean, we're not ending yet, so you're kind of still within the good spot here. Oh wait, is Georgina in the chat? Wait, Georgina Floyd? Oh shit, it's Georgina Floyd. My lovely Georgina Floyd. Hello, Georgina. I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm sorry, Georgina. Please forgive me. I knew not what I did. Color says, if others here don't have to be accountable, neither do I. They're not flipping tables, Colors. They're not flipping tables. You're flipping tables. You're the one being violent here. And yesterday. And will be tomorrow. So if you're not going to hold yourself accountable, our community will. You're going to be accountable to this community. Yes, you will. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, this is true. It's true. But people are jumping in. We got Regina Floyd. We got um Colby Mack. What's up? Wait, Tim Olson says Georgina is the last bad side piece. No, she's not Tim Olson. This is why you're Tomothy. This is why your name is not Tomothy in the band zone. Georgina's not the side piece. She is everything. You treat her with respect, Tomothy. Or I'll have your wrench taken away and put you further in the band zone. I'm actually going to put you further deep in the band zone. Deeper. Don't mess with me tonight, Tomothy. Tonight ain't tonight. Don't do that. Color says, no, they aren't flipping tables. They're doing much, much worse. They're taking people's monies. Who in my chat is taking money? They're paying me money. They're paying me money to say horrible things on super chats. I'm paying my rent on saying horrible things in my super chats. I encourage it. But still, no, still, that's not the point. Nobody's flipping tables. There's no violence. Well, there is violence when they chuck their spears at me, but that's not the point. So, that ain't it, Colors. That ain't it. Kobe Max saying happy birthday to KSS. Did you ignore my comment? D word says Monkey King. What's your comment? Hold on. What did you say? Which comment? Here we go. Check your Kickstarter. Oh, okay, check your Kickstarter. Hold on. Did we get an update on the Kickstarter? Hold on. Hold on. Did Monkey King come through? Let's see. Oh yeah, he made a pledge. I mean, let me go ahead and shout Monkey King. And there it is. He pledged. We got now we're at 170. Way to go, Monkey King. Nice. Thank you for that. And the thing is this, like since they're floppies, they currently won't be available for my international backers yet, but I'll make something happen down the road, so don't worry. My graphic novels will still be available to my international backers. The floppy's not yet, but it'll happen at some point, so don't worry. I will not ignore my international backers. But thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that, Punchcast. Um, I may make a PDF available for my international backers. We'll see. We'll see. It's like if you're hanging out in my chat and you're an international person, um, if you want to throw a pledge, like $5 or whatever, I will send you a PDF. But it's only for my regulars. Like if you're not a regular, you come around here, I ain't sending it to you. Only for my regulars who are from out of the country. I'll send you a PDF if you pledge $5 or more on the Kickstarter. So thank you so much, Punchcast, for that. Appreciate that. You are the GOAT, Punchcast. You are the that's why they call you the Monkey King. Oh, you're a king. You're a king because you speak with the wallet. That's king behavior. You're a king. Shout out to the kings, by the way. And then KSS is a putting out the link for Pumpkin Warpatch. So there you go. Do I need to wait? Ban my rent? Wait, is Monkey King threatened to ban? Oh, wait, actually, he is a king, so he can do that. He might. Actually, I think Monkey King can threaten my rent on my own channel. I think that's a thing. I believe that's a thing. So I kind of have to respect that. I have to be afraid of that now. Hmm. I didn't think about that. That's something for me to really think about. I'm gonna need a bit on that one. Hmm. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Hmm. That one got me thinking. KSS asks, did Elasma just offer his floppy to people overseas? No, I didn't offer my floppy KSS. I'm talking about the PDFs, the digitals. Oh, KSS, the digitals. Floppies, obviously, I can't offer it because it's going to bankrupt me and it's going to hurt them financially with the shipping. So I'm doing the floppies physically in the country, in the United States. But for my regulars in the chat who are international, if they pledge $5 or more, I'll send them a PDF. Get it right. You think I'm gonna let you do your documentaries on me and not and think I'm gonna let you get away with false information? It ain't. It ain't. So nice try. God, you don't think I see what you're doing, do you, Sisyphus? You don't think I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. I see it. It's all documented. This is documented right now. So it's all there. Like I don't know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. Just anyway. So Shadow Ninja asks, who did your coloring for your comic book and your words like in the balloons? I did all that, Shadow Ninja. So I do the coloring and I do the text. It's all me. The drawing, the line work, the coloring, and the text is all me. That's all 100% me. I do all the work on that. So, and I've had people actually give me accolades for the coloring. They love the coloring. So I think the coloring is going to sell this book. When I get more eyes on it, it'll sell the book for sure. Is the last man sending digital floppy pics to? It's not pics. It's not pics. It's the comic. Shit, I said that out loud. I'm on a live stream trying to be professional, and KSS threatened to slander me, and I responded in a way that was beneath me, but not professional. And here I am trying to run a comic book stream, and I'm acting this way, and I shouldn't be acting this way. But KSS went under my skin, and I failed. I fell into his trap. So to the people that are watching who depend on me, who I am their role model, I am their influencer, I want to apologize for coming to that level. I did not mean to do that. I should learn better. I am your influencer. I'm your creator. Your content creator, I mean. Not the creator. I'm your content creator. I should live on a better standard. I don't let Sisyphus bring me down further, even though I want to. Oh. Anyway, uh, Kobe Max has a lot of true Gen Xers here. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much all peers. So, yeah, Generation X is in the chat. Although I think for especially for the Road Warrior Drake books, I should appeal more to the Generation Y people for the sake of getting my comics longevity. You know, I think appealing to just the middle aged dudes is not good business. Yeah, appeal to them, but not just to them. I mean, how because men grow out of this shit. Men will eventually grow out of their stuff. Sometimes they don't, but most do. Real world kicks in, and at one point they were into comics, and at some point you just move forward from it. And then your business shrinks, and we're seeing it happen in Comicsgate. A lot of the old backers moved on. Some of them have grown forward because these fools, these creators, are focusing on the wrong demographic. There's a greater people out there who are comic fans who have a long commitment to it, younger folks, and these people weren't appealing to them. And now they've aged out their backers. They've aged out their audiences. Now, obviously, Pumpkin Warpatch wouldn't necessarily appeal to a younger demographic, but Road Warrior Drake would. 'cause it's a bit more of a general audience type book. So, um, trust and believe. You don't want to just stick with middle-aged guys who are not even that much comic book fans as much as they are drama merchants. You do want to appeal to an actual comic audience, especially a younger crowd that will grow older with your comic, that will grow with your comic. Let's talk about that though, because it doesn't bring in the monies, monies, well, the super chats. I mean, that's why. KSS says, I stand corrected, lads, man. I understand. You're sending comedic digital pics of your floppy to people. Kisser, I'm gonna ban your kisser. Why can't you be serious, Kisses? You're supposedly an ambassador in these parts. You know that, right, Kisvis? You're an ambassador in these parts, but you're spewing words that are destructive, that are evil, and could tear this community apart. And here you are, using your power and influence to do that. How do you sleep at nights? How do you look in the mirror and say, you know what? I've destroyed this community and I feel good. How do you do that? I want to know the secret to that. I do. I do. Because there's science in there somewhere. There's some kind of science in there that can be applicable, and I want to know what that science is, and I'm gonna find out. Oh yes. Oh yes. Kobe Max says some of the early indie comics were made on Xerox. Oh yeah, those were the old days when you just say, you know what, F this, I'm gonna just put my shit out, and then however it comes out, it comes out. And people gravitated towards it. There is a thing where like indie comics has the freedom to be not like the mainstream and just make something and try to be a little extreme in the other way with how the mainstream does it. 'Cause if I want mainstream comics, I'll go to the mainstream. And there's plenty out there for that. Especially like going to the older stuff, which was what I do. But I like my indie comics to kind of capture the spirit of indies, underground even. And there's an audience for that, and it's incumbent upon me to reach out to that audience and do that. And that's why like my indie comic outlier streams, I learn as I present. Even like the last one was Johnny Ryan. I'm like, oh wow, this guy's perfect, the perfect example of the spirit of indie comics and underground comics and how it challenges the mainstream and does unconventional things. Shadow Ninja asks, is it laser coloring? I use a color Clip Studio Paint. I color it digitally. That's how I do the comic. It's colored digitally, and then I save it as a file. So yeah, so yes, I do it all. I do the coloring, the line work, the text. It's all me, and I'm glad I do that. I don't have to take orders from anybody. I don't gotta wait on people. It's all incumbent upon me, and it gives me such great peace to do that. KS says, I am serious and I am beloved by many. Extra down on that, but we'll see. We'll see, Kizifis. We'll see. Because you've been very hurtful tonight. Colin says, last time, would you eat a watermelon in one bite? How does one do that? Like, is that a thing? Like, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I don't know if I should do that. No, I know I can't, so it doesn't matter because I can't do it. I'm just not talented like that. I know some people can do it, but not me. I'm just not good at that. I don't know what to say. Anyway, Kovac says, we're from the same time period, which is great. I'm a GNR, Iron Maiden, Poison, Def Leppard guy. My favorite artists are Ron Wagner, Lee Romita Sr., and Senior and I think you mean John Romita. I think you mean John Romita. Okay, John Romita Sr. and Jr. Uh, I think Lee, as in Lee, I think you mean Jim Lee. I think that's what he meant when he said Lee, right? I think so. Also, Eastman and Laird art doesn't have to be perfect. Oh no, it doesn't have to be perfect. Well, perfect is a huh subjective. Because anything made by the human hand is imperfect. The human hand is flawed because we're flawed creatures. So nothing we make can be perfect. There's objective value in something that's good, yeah, 100%. But as we learned, as we learned in my last indie comic out live stream was Johnny Ryan, it doesn't have to be drawn quote unquote perfect for it to be good. Let me repeat that. It doesn't have to be drawn quote unquote good for it to be perfect. The market determines if your book is good or not. And more often than not, going back to Scott McCloud's theory about the masking, the universal masking, it seems like a lot of comics that tend to be more simplistic in visuals tend to be more successful than not. And there's a reason for that because it's more universal and people are able to relate better that way. So it's a thing, 100% a thing. Oh, it's LC in the chat. LCD inactive. He says, yes, someone needs to alert DHS and ICE. It ain't gonna happen. I'm here, LC. I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. No, sir. No, sir, I'm not. Uh, Kaz has asked, do you watch former co-host of the chat, Statistical Zero's channel? He now only does shorts of his comic strip. He got 1,000 subs this July. He's now at 540K subs. I haven't seen. I mean, I did watch some of his videos earlier this year. He started posting some of it, and I was like, okay, he's doing solid work. He's doing some solid work. So, um, yeah, comic strips are where it's at. Like people gravitate towards comic strips. They're fast, they're instant, they're free, and that's a good way to build your channel. So I haven't been doing much of my Road Warrior Drinks some Skull Kill strips lately, but I gotta get back into it because if I'm more consistent with it, I can very easily build my channels that way. So yeah, I mean, I believe that 100%. Kobe Mac says story is the key. The art doesn't matter. I've said that many times, Kobe Mac. I said that a good script can save decent to mid art, but good art cannot save a bad script. If you have a comic book with good art, but the story sucks, that comic book is trash. That's the truth of it. In this indie space, I've seen a lot of comic books with better art than mine that no one talks about. They're forgotten. Why? Because the story wasn't impressive. The story didn't gravitate to people. It didn't catch people. No one's talking about them. There's a reason why my stuff gets talked about on the Kiwi forums, and not for the good reasons you think it is. I mean, they trashed my book on the Kiwi forums, but guess what? They're talking about it. It's in the zeitgeist now. Road Warrior Drake is in the zeitgeist, and there's a combination of people that liked it and those that don't like it. But the list of people that don't like it tends to grow smaller, especially with B Says and Road Warrior Drake, because of the art in that book. Those that didn't like the art in the first book are kind of impressed by the art in the second book. So that list kind of diminishes in terms of detractors. And that's because I put the work out. But people know me as the quote unquote D word guy because the marketing, the story, all that stuff. So um, it's developing its own niche because of it. So yeah. Anyway, Koimac says story and art are equally important. I skipped over popular comics because I loathe the art. The art is part of the story writing. Says Colin. Yeah, there's some people that treat both equally. Me, not so much. Me, I'm like the story's first because the story's cool. Then the art to me would service the story. That's just me, but I don't think it's wrong to treat both equally. I mean, especially if you're the purchaser, if you're the customer, it's whatever works for you. And there's enough people that would treat both equally, but there's also many more that would treat the story over the art more so. Very few I find would treat the art over the story. Very few of those. So, um, let's see. Just catching up in the chat. Desert Nomad asks a very important question. He says, Desert Nomad, other books may have better art, but are they as fun? Excellent question. Comic books are supposed to be fun. You're supposed to read a book and be entertained by it. If you pick up a book and it's got beautiful looking art, but the story sucks, it's going in the trash. People don't hold on to these comics, they dispose of them. That's the reality. They may hold on to them for a bit, but at some point, money becomes a factor, space becomes a factor, and they just can't give those shit away. They can't give them away. So a book that has mediocre art but is a fun story, to me is a much better book, a more superior comic book than a comic with good art and a shitty story. 10 out of 10. Fight me on that one. So totally fight me on that one. You know. Uh, uh, let's see. Koimac says, "Dude, you got a unique idea and you're building a universe around Drake. That's amazing." Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm learning from the indie comic artists of yesteryear, like Gilbert Shelton, Johnny Ryan, one of course. All these guys. They did a grassroots thing. They build in their community, their local communities. I'm doing the thing now. I'm not gonna just rely on other people's network or other people's audiences. I'm building my own. So, and that's the way to do it. And I got the product to show for it. Like I got two graphic novels out there, right, with V. Scissor Road Warrior Drake and Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, right? And now you got Pumpkin Warpatch and her who appears in these two books. For those that don't know, Pumpkin Warpatch is a character in these books. She's actually kind of like the adoptive sister of Road Warrior Drake. And then in her own story, she kind of branches out on her own. Issue 1 and 2 take place after the events of Beast Sister and Road Warrior Drake, and it references the events. But I made it a thing where I don't mention Road Warrior Drake in these comics because the comics tend to be a bit more adult oriented. So I want to separate the brand as a result of it. So whereas Pumpkin Warpatch will acknowledge events that occurred in this book and as well as in this book, but it won't mention Road Warrior Drake by name. It will just mention some events that are pertinent to the story being told in her story. But they're in the same universe. To kind of put it more in perspective, it's kind of like with Army of Darkness, the third Evil Dead movie, how it's connected to the first Evil Dead movie, but it doesn't really reference specific events. That's more because of rights issues, but it's kind of in the same vein, where it's like people wonder if Army of Darkness is canon. The answer is yes, it's canon, but because of legal issues, they can't reference certain events or certain specifics of Evil Dead 1 and 2. But they are in the same universe and they are canon. So that's how I'm approaching Pumpkin Warpatch comics with the Road Warrior Drake comics. Same universe, but I'm certain details I'm keeping separate. So if people have the conversation about it being canon, well, there you go. KSS asks, Aladdin, I read the forums while I'm on the toilet. Why don't you ever shout me out on there? Well, Kissavitz, be nice to me, and I will. Be nice to me, and I will. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Shadow Ninja says, dude, you got a great imagination. I always thought so, and you really helped me out back in the day. I thank you so much. Well, Shadow Ninja, I'm glad you're here, and I'm hopefully this will help inspire you. And I didn't want to say nothing, but you put it in the chat, so I'll just say this. Uh, Shadow Ninja and I, we've had history. We used to go to the movies together. I helped him on his TV show. For those who don't know, but he is currently fighting cancer right now. So um, I'm hoping that his time here with us is pretty good and he's having fun with us. And shout out to Shadow Ninja, aka the creator of Sci-Fi Ninja Theater. KSS says, "Alas, that Thundar the Barbarian was a very popular Saturday morning cartoon, but they decided to cancel it and replace it with the cartoon Laverne and Shirley." I saw that. Okay, so I know what you talk about, KSS. I saw that video yesterday. That there was a video on Thundar the Barbarian, and yeah, it talked about that it was canceled because they wanted to put in an animated edition of Laverne and Shirley, which did terribly in the ratings. But for those that don't know, Thundar the Barbarian predated He-Man and Masters of the Universe, missing the barbarian motif with sci-fi elements and sorcery. That came before He-Man. Thundar was a combination of a collaboration, mind you, between Jack Kirby, Steve Gerber, among others. So there were a lot of comic book legends that worked on Thundar the Barbarian. Um, yeah, it was a fun cartoon, and I remember watching it as a kid. And then when Cartoon Network had they bought the licensing rights to it, and they were showing it on the weekends, and then Boomerang was showing it. It was awesome. Like rediscovering that cartoon and just like this cartoon really was ahead of its time, and it was controversial because it was a cartoon set in the post-apocalyptic world. So the implication was a lot of people were killed during the time the cartoon was set. And the other thing was this cartoon didn't have any merchandise related to it. So it wasn't created for the purpose of selling merch. It was created just to make a story about this post-apocalyptic team. But it was a very fun video about it. You should check it out. I definitely recommend it because you can learn a lot about how the networks work and how like the old time writers like Kirby or artists like Kirby and Gerber, how they took their craft seriously. Very, very informative stuff. Definitely check it out. The Tasteful Thickness is in the chat. Asks, is this a Lady Death appreciation stream? Well, not a Lady Death appreciation stream, but yeah, you can talk about Lady Death here. Sure, why not? This is about my character, Pumpkin Warpatch, and the Kickstarter link is pinned in the chat. So yes, definitely go check it out. If you actually let me quickly show it again since I'm talking about it. So there's the Kickstarter. Oh, that's this YouTube Studio. There's the Kickstarter for Pumpkin Warpatch. We had somebody pledged tonight, which is awesome. First two issues there. Each issue has a self-contained story, but they connect to form a bigger story. Issue 2, she meets the Church of the Cow. What is the Church of the Cow? You'll have to find out when you read it. But yeah, this is my story, my art, my writing, everything. Not a passion project, just a fun project. And the idea for you is to have fun with this story. And it is for adults only, it's a mature audience only book, but it's fun. It's got some comedy, some action, some ridiculousness. You'll enjoy it. Zealandia says, Monkey King of Zealandia. Damn it, it's 8 p.m. and I only had ice cream and a couple of cookies all day. Now I'm starving. Talk about food, so I feel like cooking dinner. What's the best dish I should try to cook from your people, D word? That was a nice Zealandia. It's Thanksgiving. Go after chickens and turkeys. D words don't even have meat. They don't have meat. KS says, I saw the video yesterday too. It says, yeah, the Thunder the Barbarian video. That was an awesome video. If you want to put the link in the chat, KS, get that video, put it in the chat. And that way, when the stream ends, if you guys want to see something cool, watch that video. You'll have a greater appreciation for Thunder the Barbarian after that. Um, so yeah. Holy Max says, keep it up, man. I can tell you're genuine. You're a genuine soul. It's my superpower to detect that, says Kodak. Well, I appreciate that. And definitely could help me out by sharing the link out to the Pumpkin Warpatch Kickstarter. Like I said, I need $500 or 17 backers, and then I've met my goal. So KSS says there's only 21 episodes of Thunder the Barbarian. Actually, Thunder the Barbarian. So if you guys want to get an idea, if you want an idea where I'm going with the Road Warrior Drake stuff, Thunder the Barbarian is a good example. Except with Road Warrior Drake, it's more comedy. So watch the Thunder the Barbarian cartoon and add insane humor. And that's where I'm going with both Road Warrior Drake and Pumpkin Warpatch. So just to give you an idea. So yeah, KSS put the link to Thunder the Barbarian video in the chat. Bookmark it and watch it after my stream. And then you'll have a bigger idea of where I'm going with Road Warrior Drake and Pumpkin Warpatch. Hasteful Thickness says, comics are incredibly opaque for new people. The crossovers and one-shots and legal disputes and separate runs of the same hero really is a barrier in general. It's funny you mentioned that, Hasteful Thickness, because there's a video. Wes from Thinking Critical put a video about something that Jim Shooter uh not prophesied but predicted would be the downfall of comics. And he talked about gimmicks being a downfall, for example. And yeah, separate runs of the same hero. Yeah, that's the thing too, because back in Shooter's day, they really cared about canon, and they cared about like keeping a timeline. Because to them, the characters weren't merged; they were property of the stories they were telling. But after Shooter left, it became more like the characters were merged, and they were licensed to separate studios. So you had that split, and then now we have totally different timelines for each character. And it's like you don't know which is canon, which isn't. And I think the lack of canonicity for some of the characters hurts the overall brand. So that's an interesting point you brought up there. But yeah, they are opaque for new people, and that's one of the reasons why like comics are hurting because new people are more focusing on gaming. They're focusing on the manga because the manga is they don't do that whole like alternate universe stuff. They keep one straight timeline and then tell a story that brings in the reader that hooks the viewers. That's manga's strength. It hooks in the readers by uh, telling these stories for each manga, but keeping enough information to bring you into the next book. And there's no like alternate timelines for the characters. Like for example, you're not going to read an alternate timeline for say Demon Slayer or One Punch Man. What you're reading is the timeline, so it's easier to invest in that, and you don't got to worry about am I reading the right timeline of the character? No, that's the timeline. And modern Western comics has hurt their brand by doing these multiple variations, multiple timelines. So yeah, that's a thing. That is actually a thing. KSS says, funny thing about that Thundar video, they mentioned Master of the Universe is also set in a post-apocalyptic Eternia. They were wrong about that. Eternia is not post-apocalyptic. Eternia is a magical planet that has sorcery and sci-fi tech into one. So it's not really post-apocalyptic. So yeah, that's the one thing I don't think that was accurate. I don't think it's accurate. I watched that. I'm like, I don't know if any canon of Masters Universe where they mentioned that it took place in a post-apocalyptic future. I've not read a single canon that establishes that. Monkey King of Land, it says, I was being serious about the cooking. About to cook a pork chop. Pork chops are good. And was wondering to either use Mexican spices or Texas spices, or got Asian with the soy sauce and brown sugar. Sounds like lots of options there. You're making me hungry now, Zelandia. You're making me very hungry now. Nice. Um, yeah, it says it's go Mexican. Yeah, go Mexican. You can never go wrong with Mexican, food wise. So yeah, totally. Um, Tasteful Thickness says, I've had to ask GPT over the past few days to figure out if there is an origin story and what prologue comics are needed to complete stories. Even figure out Batman Year One has multiple answers. Um, yeah, like with Batman Year One, like it told it's an origin story not in canon with some timelines, but it seems like it's a definitive origin story, you know, and it can be frustrating. I think with the Batman Year One, I think that people love it because it's such a well told story, and they've accepted it as a some type of canon, one form or another. They've accepted it. So that's an example of a book that maybe an alternate universe that but it's well loved, well accepted. So, there's that anyway, I think. But yeah. Oh, my throat's getting dry. But I'm having fun so far. 20 live viewers. Yeah, 20 live viewers in here. So nice. I mean, some people are coming in, checking us out. We've had a pretty interesting stream. I got some super chats. I had some money thrown in on the Kickstarter, so we're doing pretty good. Yeah, it says that. I looked up Moltu, Masters of the Universe, and apparently there was a great war that turned Eternia into a post-apocalyptic land. Which canon is that? What did it establish that as? Was it something recent, or was it during the 80s and 90s? Because if it's recent, I don't know if I would accept that as canon. I don't know. But I've never read anywhere. I mean, maybe it was something that was written by the establishers of the property in the 80s and never got really introduced in the cartoons. So maybe that's that. So Tales of Thickness says, I skipped year one and following the Long Halloween. Speaking of Long Halloween, where is it? I have that book. I haven't read it yet. It's in my list of books I have to read. But yes, I do have the Long Halloween in a beautiful hardcover. So I gotta read it at some point. I got this hardcover for nicely cheap. I think for $20 on Amazon because this is an older edition and there is a newer edition of this, which I just want the story, so it's okay. But for $20 and a beautiful hardcover, I love it. So I'm gonna read this at some point and give my thoughts on it. But a lot of people who have read it in our space have good things to say about it. So I know I got a good book. I can't wait to read it. Um, I discovered Stephen King's son not only makes movies, but he has comics like The Cape. Pretty cool to see him in various realms. That's Tasteful Thickness. We'll have to check him out. I'll have to do the Palpatine thing and we'll keep an eye on you kind of thing from Fan Menace. Oh, I'm looking at the YouTube studio. Yeah, my head looks weird. As you know, my people body shame my head. That sucks. Text and Cap says Batman Year 2 is epic. Is it really? I haven't read it. I don't know. I don't know, but anyway, Kaz says I think it must be recent. He's talking about the Eternia being post-apocalyptic because I don't recall it in the 80s. I don't either. I don't think it's part of the canon. But I only watched the cartoon and read the early comics that predate the creation of Prince Adam. But now Fisto is Duncan's brother. Yeah, see, that's weird. Like that is so weird. I don't pay attention to the later canon. Excuse me, the later canon because it's weird. Like for example, making Skeletor Prince Adam's uncle is stupid. It's like why does everything have to be connected? Why can't the villains just be separate from the hero? Why does it have to be a familial connection? It makes no sense. And that was something that the cartoon from the 2000s put in as canon, with the Skeletor slash Kildor being Prince Adam's family. I hated that. I thought that was stupid. But the thing with Star Wars is that it introduces the villain being familial to the hero, and now other people are copied it. Even to this day, it's like, why can't we just have the villain be separate from the hero? I think it's more intriguing that way. But yeah, I hated that retcon. I really do. People like that cartoon. The 2000 cartoon wasn't so bad, but I wasn't a huge fan of the storytelling in that. Animation was good, but storytelling it left a lot to be desired. The writing of the Filmation cartoon was tons better than the 2000 series. I will challenge anybody on that. If they took the writers from the Filmation series and had them work on the 2003 cartoon, it would have been a much better cartoon. I think people like that cartoon because the animation was good, the characters are treated seriously, and the designs were updated with respect to the original design. So it does everything good visually, but storytelling wise, it leaves a lot to be desired. It really does. KS says, I don't remember them being brothers in the. No, that was a recent thing. That was something that the 2002 cartoon introduced, and it was stupid. Tasteful thing says, are you doing the pencil line work and ink in the comic on this comic? Yeah, yeah, I do it all. I do actually I do it all digitally right now. This comic is mostly digital for now, so I do all the inking digitally. I do the coloring digitally. I do the lettering digitally. So KS says, Long Halloween is awesome. Okay, we have a recommendation. Tasteful Thickness says, I've been making custom covers for my CBZ comic files. Haven't read much yet. I recommend reading. I recommend reading. I mean, that's something I haven't been doing lately. I tonight I was reading to Lady Shadowman. I was reading H.P. Lovecraft's Shadow over Innsmouth or Innsmouth, I think it's pronounced. And if you're a writer, you got to read, because that's what you got to keep feeding that inspiration within you. Because if not, your writing's going to suffer as a result. So read, definitely lots of reading. KSS, I prefer my Mewtwo to not quite make sense. Like the Figatory is blue. How is he supposed to fool people? He-Man, you must be cold. Actually, you make a good point. Master Universe doesn't have to make sense. People think stories must make sense. Sometimes it doesn't have to make sense. If you can write certain things in your story that doesn't make sense, but it's still easy to accept in the story, then do it. You don't have to explain everything in a story. Sometimes it's good to have a little mystery. Sometimes it's good to have a little WTF in your stories. But people got to explain everything. It's like, no, you don't have to. Let the imagination run wild for the reader. Georgina Floyd says Alan Oppenheimer recorded a voicemail greeting for me as Skeletor. Nice. Nice. You got Skeletor scaring people away. That's good because Georgina Floyd doesn't belong to anybody but anyway. Faithful Fitness says, do you use Photoshop or GIMP or Krita for your work? Oh, good question. So I currently use Clip Studio Paint. That's what I use. But I used GIMP back in the day. Back in 2018, 2019, I used GIMP for my graphic novel, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, and then someone recommended throw in $50 one time to Clip Studio Paint, and it'll be the upgrade of your life, and it is. I recommend artists, and I know GIMP is open source, which is cool. Like if you're hurting budget, if your budget is low and you're hurting with that, GIMP is good to have because it's free and you can do so many things with it. But Clip Studio Paint, if you're serious, if you're able to do it, you just pay one time and you get a license for life, and you have that Clip Studio software, and it was made by a comic book artist for comic book artists, and it gives you so many options for lettering and formatting, and it's good, absolutely good. So, but yeah, I've used GIMP before. So, like I said, if you're not financially, if you're financially hurting, but you want to use a digital software for your comics, absolutely get GIMP. GIMP, you can't hurt yourself with GIMP. Tasteful thing is Affinity the image editing program is free now, by the way, as of last month. If that's helpful for you. Um, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm okay with Clip Studio, but people in the chat that are watching who don't have the money, yeah, Affinity, the image editing program. Yeah, look up Affinity, look up GIMP. I've used GIMP before. Um, for for what it offers as a free program, it's worth it. I'll say that. Kay says, I watched a movie about Alan Oppenheimer. I knew he voiced Skeletor, but did you know he also built the Tom? Wrong, Oppenheimer. Wrong, Oppenheimer. Well, Skeletor would do that though. Skeletor would make an atomic bomb and destroy it. You know what? Maybe there's a correlation between both Oppenheimers. Huh. I gotta think about that one. Monkey King asked, "Did you read Alan Moore's Lovecraft comic? Came out a decade back. I have not. I have not. I didn't. And excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I didn't know about the Lovecraft comic. I've been collecting his Swamp Thing books. I have to catch up on that. But Alan Moore to me, I don't know. Like I know he's a good writer, but sometimes I don't think he understands his writing. I don't think he understands the effectiveness of his writing because he doesn't understand when he makes characters that are relatable to people. He doesn't understand why they're relatable. But anyway, Monkey King's Lane says Cliff Studio is best for comics, made for manga, and then they introduce massive comic elements. Been using it around 15 years. I used a monthly sub, but bought it for others twice. Yeah, I mean, Cliff Studio has I mean, I don't know what the benefit of the monthly sub is. I'm sure there is, but I don't know what the benefit is. I just bought it one time, and that's it. I'm good. I'm good with it. And yeah, it's definitely good for indie comic artists who, if you got $50 to spare, just pay the one time fee, and you get the license for life. A good investment. But if you don't want to do that, there's open source programs like GIMP and Affinity. Those are pretty solid too, I think. Limited compared to what Clip Studio can do, but if you're looking for basics, programs are good. They do the work just fine. Uh, okay, so let me take a quick intermission. While I let this out. I'll be back in about a minute. Here we go.
You guys want to go get some DESSERT? Yeah, dude, I need me a TREAT.
What you guys talking about?
Yeah, why did you guys just spell dessert?
No, shut up! Don't say it.
Why?
Oh god, how do we tell you this?
Simon can't spell.
What?
He can't spell, so when we talk about something he wants, we spell it out loud so he doesn't get too excited.
He's a grown man. He can't handle hearing the word treat?
Treat? No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Oh.
Okay, what is happening? We told you he gets excited when he hears the word TREAT.
What you talking about?
Taxes.
Oh, shucks.
What, so you guys just treat him like a toddler?
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Oh.
Dude, you gotta spell if you're talking about FOOD.
Okay, so are we getting an SNACK?
Snack? Oh, come on,
Oh,
man.
dude, really?
Oh, come on, I spelled it. Well, he knows how to spell snack.
So he can spell snack, but he can't spell treat?
Treat? No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
God damn it!
Okay, he's getting fussy. It's time for an NAP.
Yeah.
What does NAP spell?
Party.
And welcome back. Caseful Thinker says license tends to mean that if the internet goes down, you can't activate a new copy on your PC. Not a real purchase, unfortunately. So when you enter the license key one time, you can operate it without the internet. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That's so unprofessional. But yeah, you can operate it. Once you enter it one time, but if the internet goes down and you buy it and you enter the license key, yeah, you probably can't use it then. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a real purchase based on that. So, there's that. So like, but you know, I mean, that's one way of looking at it. Again, it's a hit or miss, and then if you're gonna look at it from that angle. But right now, if the internet goes down now, I still have it on my laptop. I can still use it. So, but if there was no internet for the foreseeable future, could I activate Clue Studio? Probably not. Probably not. So, you know, but like I said, it's a one-time purchase. So, I mean, there's that. There's those tend to be a fear. But I have drawn, traditionally with pencil and paper and inked it, so I can always do that. You know. So yeah. KSS says, Eliza, my computer still has a place for a CD-ROM. That's how I download the latest version of AOL. See, this is why I know you people project. Because you claim that I have AOL, but it's you, Kizifis. You're the one that has it. You're the one with the 1996 internet. That's you. That's you. Oh yes. Oh yes, that's you. That's you. And ever since I upgraded to OBS, the camera option on my streams haven't gotten better, which proves my point that the Streamlabs was the cause of my shitty looking camera and visuals. It's really the Streamlabs that was doing that. StreamYards gave me no problem, but I'm not paying $40 a month for StreamYards. And with OBS, I get a free option, so I'm gonna stick with OBS for now. It's been pretty awesome so far. So, best investment I made in time was learning the OBS. But I'm still paying Streamlabs because I can still use that to record interviews. And I'm doing that for the Dungeoneer stuff, so I have to keep that open for at least another month. Uh, yes, Tasteful Thickness says you got to be on AOL 200 by now. Yeah, I think he's on the version 200. His fist is. So we're up to 22 live viewers. Now we're down to 17, but 17 is still pretty good for 224 224 a.m. on a Saturday. Holy crap, that's it's kind of late. I didn't know how late it was, but I have been streaming for almost 2 hours. We actually got 2 hours in on the stream, and people have been sticking around. That's awesome. And I got some super chats. I got some money for my Kickstarter. I think I had a pretty good stream today. I think it was a good idea to go on stream and provide content, provide some inspiration for some of you. Hopefully, you've been blessed by my stream tonight in some form or another. So um, I'm just going to check in some messages to see if I got anything updated, anything I should be aware of. Nothing new, nothing glorious. So I'll accept it. I'll allow it, because that's how we roll. Uh, Shadow Ninja's laughing out loud. I don't know why. Tazel Thing says Meld is another OBS competitor that looks well polished. Free too. Okay, that's good to know. I'll keep that in mind in case the OBS gives me insane problems. I'll look into Meld. So it's good to have that information. Uh, Elasmat KSS asks, best episode of Classic Twilight Zone Go. Ooh, best episode? That's a lot. Um, I like the episode where uh, Burgess Meredith plays the not the episode where he has time to read, but the one it's the episode where he was sentenced to death by the state. What's that episode called? Where he's sentenced to death for having free thought, and then he ends up unaliving himself, but not before the head of the state himself gets convicted. What's that episode called? That's the Burgess Meredith of Twilight Zone. Oh, the Obsolete Man. That's the one. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. The Obsolete Man. There's also the Alien on Maple Street was a good one. The Santa episode with Art Carney was a sentimental favorite. I watched that and I still get emotional with that episode. It's one of the best episodes ever. Um, I Sing the Body Electric is a fun one. The Lonely, the what's that one? The Lonely, Lonely is the Heart. What's that episode with the Let me see, Twilight Zone episode, Lonely something. It's the episode where the convict is in a prison planet by himself, and then they construct that female cyborg for him as a partner. The Lonely. It's called The Lonely. That one's a pretty deep one. If you, I think the first season of Twilight Zone had some really good ones. Really good ones. They actually each season had some really good ones. Even the ones that were shot on video had some good ones. But those are a few off the top of my head that I can think of that I really enjoyed. Really good episodes. To Serve Man is the best, as Kaya says. Yeah, that's a classic one. That one is definitely like pure sci-fi. Pure sci-fi. Intense Shifter says you really need to do your next stream from the river. Yeah, but the thing is, if I do that, they'll kick me out. Like the police will come in and they're like, "You can't shoot here," and then I'll be on stream getting arrested, and you guys will like it, and you guys will be like, "Yo, you see, all colors need to go to jail." No, I'm not gonna feed you racist. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to jail to satisfy your disgusting lusts. I'm gonna be a free man till the day I breathe my last. I am free. So, egg to you, Intent Shifter. Eggs to you. Mm. Season 4 was on video, Twilight Zone, when they tried to go full hour. Yeah, and the quality suffered because of that. So they just looked weird. But it still has some good episodes. Oh, another one of my favorite episodes was The Howling Man with John Carradine. And I think Martin Balsam was in that one. But John Carradine, he played the character, he played the keeper, the old guy who kept Satan in prison. That was a good episode. Very good episode. Brian Kriskow's in the chat. What's up, Brian? Welcome to the stream. He says, The Invaders is the creepiest Twilight Zone episode. Matheson was the goat. Says Brian Kriskow. Shadow Ninja said, the Godzilla thing you showed. Shadow Ninja's asking about the Godzilla thing. What Godzilla thing? I don't know what that means. Anyway, he asked, what's the worst episode of the classic Twilight Zone? And why was it the one with the kid who got to a faraway world in their swimming pool? Huh, good question. Hmm. I can't think of a worse episode. That one was pretty. I don't even remember that one. I don't remember that one. But I'm sure there was one or two that when I watch it and revisit it, I'm sure there's gonna be one or two. I'm like, you know what, that one wasn't pretty good. Oh, that one's kind of weak. Actually, the episode of Flight, the what is that? The flight was that up with the airplane? Um, where they go back in time or something? Okay, actually, that one. Let's see. The Odyssey of Flight with 33. That one to me is a weak one. I didn't like that one. It wasn't bad. It's just I watched it and I'm like, it doesn't really. It was like, eh. It was like, eh. So I think Flight 33 for me was like not one of my favorites. Manicore. Oh, he got Manicore in the chat. He says, Jesus Christ, who let that mug on screen? Oh, hey, Peanut Head. Fuck you, Manicore. Fuck you. Trying to have an insanely serious conversation with the people in the chat, and you want to come in here and chuck your spear at me? Fuck you. Fuck you. Manicore. Totally sabotaging our peaceful conversation and growing our network. You want to come here and splatter it? Manicore. Anyway, Brian Chriskow. The best are the Richard Matheson and Charles Beaumont episodes. Evidently, Matheson was the ghostwriter for Beaumont when he got early onset Alzheimer's. Interesting trivia. Very interesting trivia, yes. I don't remember all the titles of the Twilight Zone, says KSS. It was an LL. Shadow Ninja says, one that always got to me was the guy in the bank, and the explosion goes off. The thing locks him in. That's the Time at Last episode with Burgess Meredith. And he goes, wow, now I can read books forever, even though his glasses break. Yeah. That's the Time at Last with Burgess Meredith. That was one of the most tragic episodes of Twilight Zone. Actually, that one, every time I watch it, I feel a certain way. But I'm like, damn, that's like fucked up. Like, there's two kinds of endings of stuff that I've seen that were fucked up. One ending was the that episode of Twilight Zone with Time at Last, and the other one was Being John Malkovich, that movie from 1999 by Spike Jonze. The ending of that movie really was fucked up. One of the most fucked up endings of any movie I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but it is a pretty fucked up ending, that movie. Um, Manicore says, you have more hair on your face than on your head. That's how it's supposed to be, Manicore. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I do it by design. Congrats on stating the obvious. You're such a genius, Manicore. A big time genius. Looks like that spear hit its target. KSS says, time enough at last. Our very own Henry Bemis took his name from that episode. Yes, his name was Henry Bemis on the show, exactly. And that's why when you see Henry Bemis' chat, you'll see the icon of Burgess Meredith from that episode. Good callback to that, KSS, for people that don't know. But our own Henry Bemis was named after Burgess Meredith's character from that episode. Tasteful. John Malkovich is great. Similar vibes to Eternal Sunshine. Yeah, similar. For sure. Time enough at last is an ironic ending. He ironically is worried about his glasses and not the fallout. Yeah, exactly. But he's now going to spend the rest of his life not being able to read books, which is tragic. It's awful. You know. So Manicore says bullseye. No bullseye, Manicore. No bullseye. You think you're a bullseye, but you don't. You absolutely don't. You lost this one. You have lost. And as a community, we're united against you. We're strong, and I have a strong united front. Manicore. Get with the program. You'll be fine. Right now, you're a lone man against this world, against the war. You should get on the program, Manicore. You really should. I don't know why you don't get that, but we're having an interesting conversation, and you just don't get it. You think you do, but you don't. You really don't. Totally not. KS says, "As fart face." KS says, you were doing so good. Hold on that comment. So good. But you know who else has been doing good? Yours truly. We had a pledge tonight for our Kickstarter for Pumpkin Warpatch. Let me quickly show that again. for my detractors. There we go. So we are closer to our goal. 6 backers pledged at 170. I need 11 more backers or $330 more, and I've met my goal. For the first 2 issues of Pumpkin Warpatch, there's the cover for the second issue, where she encounters the Church of the Cow. And here's some panels and pages from that second issue. And here is the cover for the first issue, the updated cover, which is different from the Ashcan cover. This is the updated cover, and here's a panel from that. And I'm going to be updating some of the art in the first issue. So if you back the Ashcan, the art will have some updatedness to it. But yeah, there's the Kickstarter, which is pinned in the link. The link is pinned in the chat of your stream here now. So if you go to the pin link, the pin message of the chat, it'll take you to the link, the Pumpkin Warpatch to back it. So there you go. Looking forward to me being your content creator. Um, so yeah, so that is the goal right now. We had a pledge tonight, so that was awesome. So thank you to uh Zealandia for the pledge. And yeah, and if you can't back the full book, like if you can't back it, I don't mind if you throw like $1 or two in pledge. If you want to pledge $1 or $2 to the Kickstarter, that helps. It gets me closer to the goal, so that helps. So by all means, go ahead and pledge it. And if you're an international backer, not in the United States, if you pledge $5 or more, I'll send you the PDF after the campaign is done. And that offer is only for people who come to my chat regularly. So if you're a regular person in my chat and you're out of the United States, it's a different country, you pledge $5 or more when the campaign is done and the book is done, I'll send you the PDF. You'll get a PDF of the book. So yeah. Um, Shadow Ninja says another one I enjoyed was the old lady from Bewitched when she finds the aliens in her attic. I thought that was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, that was the that was the story about the little. Is that the where? I don't want to spoil the ending, but that's the one where she finds these little aliens in the ship in the attic. Yeah, that was an insane plot twist too. That one. Man, of course, an interesting story. Church of the Cow, huh? How meta ironic. Church of the Cow. Yes, Church of the Cow is a very insane idea for an insane story, which belongs in the underground comics. It's awesome. Man, of course, says, congrats, Peanut. Stop calling me Peanut Head. I'm not a peanut head. I'm a human being. I'm made in God's image. You should know better than that. Stop it. Okay, it says, what was the episode of Twilight Zone where everyone is getting along, then they get warnings of bomb and everyone is turning on each other to use the bomb shelter called? Reminds me of Unity. So that's the episode. Is that the episode where the aliens are on Maple Street? Is it Maple Street? Hold on. What's the name of the episode? The aliens are on a. I don't know what you're talking about. Aliens. Oh no, it's called the Monster Zone. Hold on. Monsters are. The monsters are due on Maple Street. That's the episode, and that's the one where like people like it's in a peaceful town, but then they get word of possible Martian invasion, and they start turning on each other because they're suspecting the other person of being aliens, and they end up rioting and shooting. And it turns out at the end that one of the people was from Mars, and there was another alien from Venus. So they're implying a war between Mars and Venus at the end of the episode over the ownership of Earth. It's insane. So but that's the episode. Um, KS says, stop calling a peanut that he likes Farfetch. No, I know. I like neither one, KS says. I like neither one. Stop doing this to me. I'm an ambassador of the community. Kiss me. My throat's gonna bleed because of people like you. Because I'm not allowed to have a voice. You refuse to let me have a voice, and that's wrong. That's wrong on so many levels. Kissy. KS says, no, Maple Street is a different episode. Are you sure about that? Let me see. The bomb shelter one. Let me look it up. Bomb shelter one. Twilight Zone. Bomb shelter. It's called the shelter. Yeah, it's called the shelter. It's from 1961. It's called the shelter, where a group of neighbors turn into a hostile mob when a nuclear threat forces them to try and invade one family's bomb shelter. I think I remember that one. Yeah, I think I remember that one. And now that I read it, I was like, okay, that sounds familiar. So, Monkey King Williams says, "Isn't that the one where they're watching the humans as an experiment?" Yeah, that's the monsters are doing Maple Street. Well, Mars and Venus are watching the humans react the way they are to the threat of invasion. And the idea is that, and this is why the Twilight Zone episodes are awesome and why they're so red pilled. The idea is if the humans turn on each other and shoot at each other and kill each other, it's less work for either Mars or Venus to invade because the humans are doing the work for them. You get where this is going, right? If people are turning on each other and shooting each other and killing each other, it's less work for the invaders to come in and overtake the population. Pay attention. Rod Serling was onto something. He's telling you stuff through his stories. Like some of the great authors and writers of yesteryear, like George Orwell, Tolkien, um, Rod Serling, of course. Like all these guys are telling you something about the state of things. They're giving you the red pill information. They're telling you, pay attention, because your world's gonna be taken over. Pay attention. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the show. I'm gonna try to watch every single episode of Twilight Zone up until Christmas Day. Because the Twilight Zone for me has always been a good show to watch, especially like when I used to be younger and I used to live in New York. I used to watch the Twilight Zone marathon on the Sci-Fi Channel. They run the Twilight Zone marathon for like 2 days prior to New Year's. So I used to watch that, and then I would segue into the Honeymooners marathon for New Year's Day on WPIX Channel 11. Those are awesome days for me. I have both on DVD, so I can just watch my own marathons and enjoy it. I haven't been able to, but I'm gonna try it this year to push for it. Sounds like Control Dynamics is Manicore. It's a thing. Yeah, it's absolutely a thing. The people that rule over us, they understand human psychology. They understand. They get it. We should too. But we're too busy fighting over stupid things, so they want us to. They want us to. Okay, it says that in fact, there's a Twilight Zone where the guy gets a stopwatch that freezes time. Its ending is very reminiscent of Time at Last Enough. I think I remember that one too. Yeah, I think I remember that one. Twilight Zone was okay. Never watched a lot of them. Um, you should binge watch it, Manicore. There's a lot of good writing in those shows. A lot of good writing. And some of the shows were inspired by like ET comics. They were inspired by Ray Bradbury. Rod Serling wrote a lot of his own episodes. So there's a lot in those shows that are like so relevant even in today. It's really just a groundbreaking show that should always be revisited every year by people. It's one of those shows that never should be forgotten. It's a testament of human ingenuity, in my personal opinion. My generation was more Tales from the Crypt as Manticore. Tales from the Crypt has some interesting episodes. I wasn't a huge fan of it overall, but some episodes really were kind of fun. Like, for example, the episode where they digitally inserted Humphrey Bogart into it was a very interesting episode. There was the one with the three little pigs, which was animated. That one was crazy. There was one with Andrew McCarthy where he was trying to keep his girl alive and young, and that had a horrible result. That was interesting, very interesting. Shadow Ninja says, "Oh yeah, the restaurant episode that was very pretty scary. The one got to me when I was little." Yeah, the case says that the classic Twilight Zone writing is still superb. It is absolutely superb. I recommend the Twilight Zone. I can never recommend it enough. And then of course I know people like George R. R. Martin was inspired by Twilight Zone for good reason. It really is a solid show. The writing is still superb to this day. Like it doesn't get old. The production values are good on those shows. The acting was on par on those shows. They had a lot of tremendous acting talent in those shows. So it is without a doubt an excellent show to watch. I recommend the Twilight Zone. Um, Especially if you're a writer and you want to get some writing tips. Twilight Zone is one of those shows you have to watch. Totally. Oh, we have a fist fight between KSS and Manticore. KSS, my generation was Tales from the Crypt too. Doesn't mean Twilight Zone isn't top shelf. Ooh, KSS throwing shots at Manticore. Guys, be nice to each other. Even though I want to see the KSS Manticore fight, doesn't mean that I want division or Unita. We cannot divide our Unita. You hear what I'm saying? Do not divide. Do not cause Communita Unita to be divided. Communita Unita must be preserved at all costs. So please, Don't fight, no blood sports, don't kill each other. At least don't do it in my chat because I don't want to have to deal with cops. I don't want to be anybody's witness. I just want to be left myself. So anyway, yeah. So okay, so we still got double-digit viewers. We're down to 13 viewers, up from 22, but now we're down to 13. Well, it is almost 3 o'clock on my end here. I think I should end the stream in about 15 minutes just so I can get some sleep in there. I slept earlier tonight, so I had about 2 hours of sleep prior to this, so that's why I'm like kind of up. But I think we had a pretty decent. I mean, it was a good stream for me. I made a couple bucks in super chats. I made a couple bucks on my Kickstarter. People came out, we engaged, so we had a decent chat. We had a decent good time here. Um, Even though I got Manicore now insulting me from the chat, I ain't reading those things, Manicore. I ain't reading what you're saying, so you can miss me with that. I ain't reading it. Okay, it says, forget it, Fartface. Manicore and I will not fight for your jollies, sicko. Well, too bad. I call out your disagreement. It's already recorded and documented. You can't undo that, KSS. Oh no, you can't. It's been documented. You guys are fighting now. You're enemies whether you like it or not. So you can't undo that. Manicore says, what a jerk. KSS says, Fartface is a real jerk. But you guys hate each other now. You can pretend. You can pretend like Ethan and Malin are pretending, but I'm onto you now. I called it, and now I'm onto you. Uh, Monkey King says, I watched most of the classic of the new Twilight Zone. Almost finished season 1 classic. Also watched Outer Limits. Just watched the old sci-fi anthology TV series. They are so well written. Another sci-fi series that you guys should watch if you're a fan of Twilight Zone is Ultra Q from Japan, from Super Mario Productions. Before they did Ultraman, they did Ultra Q, which is basically Twilight Zone, but with giant monsters and kaijus, and it's exactly how it sounds. So I definitely recommend that. I know that Shout Factory, I think it was, that released. Was it Shout Factory? Yeah, I think Shout Factory is the one that released the Ultraman series. I have Ultra Q, Ultraman, and Ultra 7. To me, those are the top three that I really liked. Um, but yeah, definitely check it out. Check out Ultra Q when you get a chance. It is a pretty good sci-fi series. Great Gold Worm says, "Hail D Word Lord." Hello, Great Gold. What's going on there? How you doing there? Oh, we have Colors so much, and she goes gay. Well, Colors, too bad. Too bad, Colors. We're having a conversation, and it bothers you. I know it bothers you, but it doesn't matter to me. It's we're having fun. Oh yes, we're having fun. That's why you're in the band zone, Colors, because we're having fun here. Fun rules here, 100% every time. Manicore's flying away. Fly away, Manicore. Fly away. Ah. Yes, do that. Yeah, it says Ultra Q sounds queer. No, it's not queer, Acephalus. It's really a good show. Black and white giant monsters, episodic. It's pretty good. Oh yes, and some of the monsters were actually repurposed for the Ultraman show the following year. So if you're a fan of the Ultraman show, you might recognize some of the monsters in Ultra Q. It's a good show. Oh yes, oh yes, it's a good show. Very good. So yeah, we're back up to 18 live viewers. Wow, we are back up to 18. When it goes down, it goes back up. Actually, I'm gonna kill the light for this. There we go. Okay, now back to the softer light. 'Cause we're gonna start winding down. So I want to just bring that mood back in there as I slow it down and wind it down and get quieter up until the outro. People like my outro. They like the song, they like the video, and they should because they like me. Color says ew mood lighting. Well, too bad, Colors. Too bad. Great Gold says it's Jet Jaguar posers. Jet Jaguar came years after Ultraman. Jet Jaguar was 1973. Ultraman was 1966. So yeah. Last one. Why don't you write a proper ending for the series Alf? I guess you're not a fan of the movie that came out after the series, huh? Probably not, because they really didn't really go back and have them connect with the Tanners and all that stuff. So, I think some of the actors are gone anyway. Like, didn't they pass away? Like, didn't the father pass away? I think he did. Like, didn't the mother pass away? She probably did too. Yeah. Colors says, stop trying to take live stream into the bedroom. I won't do that, Colors. I won't do that. But see, the thing, Colors, is you think that your words frighten me? You think your words have an effect on me? They don't. Really don't. I'm a warrior. I'm a culture warrior, Colors. You should know that by now. I fight the culture, and I win every time. So, yeah. Jason says, if he pulls out his stick, I'm leaving. And Cole's like, same. I'm calling the police. You people. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you people what they're talking about because they keep talking about these quote unquote sticks. No, I carve wood, legit actual wood. Okay? I take these log sticks from the trees that I cut down in my yard, and I make weapons out of it. See, I made this weapon here. I made this, right? So, like, if I have somebody coming in, and I have my freedom tool, we'll call it the freedom tool because I don't want YouTube to come at me for using certain words. So if I have my freedom tool, I also have this to like, if I have to, what I'm saying? Like, I have a few of these that I made from actual wood carvings, and they watched KSS and Colors watch me do it, so they know what I'm doing. But they're twisting it because they're afraid that I'll have the power to deflect from real life detractors protecting my house. So they're afraid because I can tap into my Native American roots and really make weapons and hurt people. They're afraid. They're very afraid. But it's true though. They can do that. But they see this and they want to diminish what I do, so they call it sticks because they're afraid of my power. So she's like, "Oh, the sticks. No, that's it's a weapon. Colors. It's a weapon." So yeah, Kay says the father from Alpha is DED. He used to smoke crack and have sex with me. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes, he was involved in gay sex and all that stuff. And yeah, I wish no, I remember that story, Kansas. I do remember that. I actually, now that you bring it up, I remember watching a video on what happened to the actors, and yeah, they mentioned that. I was like, oh crap, this guy was like, oh, oh yeah. Now I feel bad. Oz Great Sage in the chat. Raptor makes the D boys corkscrew hard. You guys are sick. You guys are sick. Manicores, your lives been returned. Shame on you. I don't know what you talk about Manicore, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm an influencer. That's why you because you want me to watch. You want to watch me give thoughts on stuff. You want me to share my opinions, and you want to validate your bias. See if I confirm to you. That's what you do. That's why people watch these influencers. See if they confirm to your bias. I'm one of them now. You check me to see if I confirm to your bias, and that's okay because I have importance. I make sticks, weapons, so to speak. See, these are my weapons. But let me show you another weapon I made. I made my own sai. See, you guys remember, some of you who've been longtime viewers remember this. I made a sai from my logs, right? So, and this shit can pierce. This is pretty sharp. If I really wanted to, I go right in your neck and make you bleed with this. So, I mean, it's not steel, but it's enough to really puncture holes. So, I got two weapons now. I'm gonna make some more. Make some more. I'm a real Native American. That's right. I'm part of the Chippewa tribe. So take that, you whites, you invaders, you European colonized. What I meant to say was, I'm saying, yeah. Anyway, KSS says the kid from Alf joined the army after September 11th and fought overseas. Came back with bad PTSD and was living in his car with his dog. They both passed away. It's a sad. God damn, is this? I was gonna pull out my Alf figure from NECA and share in the joy of Alf, but you're bringing such bad news. Damn it, KSS. Oh, yeah, this is my Alf figure from NECA. It's an awesome figure. I love this figure. I was a big Alf fan in the day. I had the Alf plush doll that talked. I had a dream as a boy when that Alf was real and he was my best friend. And I woke up mad and upset because Alf wasn't real and I had no friends, so I was upset about that. And I think I got over. It took me 10 years, but I got over it eventually. But now I have an Alf figure, so he's my friend for life. So Alf's my friend for life, and he's in my living room and he's part of the stream now. And he's real in my head. In my head, he's real. I don't care what people say. He's real in my head. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. There you go. Screw off. The kid says, I just clipped a last night saying, I'm important. I make sticks. We got a new intro for Born on the News. No, you put that on the show, I will strike rhetorical. Oh, strike him! Sisyphus! Don't you dare put that in there! Don't you dare! Great Gold Worm says Alpha's Jewish. His real name was Gordon Shumway. That is true. He did have a very Jewish sounding last name. Well, that may explain the nose too. I don't know. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, that kind of explains the nose. Huh. Shalom. Anyway, um, making some calls right now, says Manicore. Good, do it. Make your calls. You can't deport me. I'm legal. Odds Great Sage, I had real friends. Well, whoop de do. Good for you, Odds Great Sage. I'm glad you had real friends. Some of us weren't that lucky. We had to dream of our friends. But you know what? I'm good now. I'm better now. I'm a real human being. I'm a man now. Yeah, this last man got sad. He met Alpha 7 inches tall. Fuck you, fuck you, Chrysalis. Fuck you, fuck you. What am I, cynic? Fuck you. I try to be real with you people, right? I try to share stuff with you people, right? I try to connect with you people, right? I try to relate to you people, even stories to you people. And you use that and weaponize it for your sick delusions. Every single last one of yous. Every single last one of yous. Just with your delusions. You have colors in the chat laughing. Yeah, it says Eliza tried to make friends, but then he pulled out his stick collection and they laughed at I hurt your Christmas. This is not bad. Fuck yeah. Fuck. I mean, what I meant to say was, I make weapons because as a man of Native American heritage, it's in my calling to make these weapons and show the artistic skill that I have, plus the readiness to fight in case any of these BLMers or Antifers decide to riot, and I gotta protect my home, and I gotta do the thing, because at one point I'm gonna have my own spears to chuck and go, So that's what I do, and I'm tapping into that spirit of what I am. So there you go, there you freaking go. Kansas, you're tall and cynic. Well, yeah, he's the only guy on the planet of tall then, so I'll take it, sure. But then again, everybody's taller than him, so I don't know. Anyway, lollipop. Yeah, I know. That's you come into space and you shoot your mouth off. You're gonna have people to imagine looking. Anyway, Great Gold Worm says, "Did you ever watch the Alf cartoon? It took place on Melmac. Oh yeah, the Becca figure came with the shirt, but I remember Alf from the TV show didn't have the shirt, so I took the shirt off and I have him as represented in the TV show. But here's a shirt that he wore in the cartoon. So and Alf was also one of the characters that appeared in that All Star, the cartoon All Stars, the drug special that was promoted by Nancy Reagan in the 80s, early 90s actually. Um, it's funny. I look back on that cartoon. I remember as a kid watching it and loving it because all these characters were together. But now I watching it and I kind of cringe. You guys remember the cartoon All Stars? It had the animated Alf. It had Garfield. It had Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles. Smurfs were in it. The Muppet Babies were in it. Um, who else was in it? There was more people in it. But yeah, it was a star-studded cartoon, but it's kind of cringy. The story is kind of very like you watch it, you're kind of embarrassed at the story, and I get why they did it, and it was historic at the time. For those who don't remember, there was the cartoon All Stars where they had all these cartoon characters from the Saturday morning shows come together. I think Bugs Bunny was in it too. They come together and Huey, Dewey, and Louie were in it too. Yeah, Huey, Dewey, and Louie from DuckTales were in it too. And they came together to help this kid who was a marijuana addict. Of all things that they wanted to focus on drug wise, it was marijuana. I don't ask why, but they focused on that. So they were trying to get him to kick his marijuana addiction. But this marijuana spirit was voiced by George C. Scott. So George C. Scott is voicing the marijuana smoke spirit, and he's telling them, "Don't listen to these cartoon characters. Just smoke away your life. It's gonna be good." So, um, but it was fun as a kid seeing all these characters come together. When you get older and you see the story, it's like it's very cringy. It's like you watch and you're like, oh, that's embarrassing. You know, Shadow Ninja wants me to read his last two comments. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of people. What did you say the last two times? If I miss a comment, you gotta forgive me, but I can't always read the chat. Oh, excuse me. I don't see the comments there. So if you want to repeat the comments, and I'll read it. Um, yeah, Candace says that Alpha appeared in All Stars, the anti-drug cartoon. Ironically, Alpha was created by a writer. Yes, he was created by a writer who was loaded on drugs. They made a movie about that. Ben Stiller was the actor who played, and it was the movie didn't reference Alf because of legal issues. They couldn't, they didn't have the rights issues to it. But the alien that you see in that movie was clearly based on Alf. Let me see, what's the name of the movie? Let me find it. Ben Stiller. Just put in Ben Stiller Alf, and the movie is Permanent Midnight. Yeah, Permanent Midnight is the Ben Stiller movie that is based on the writer of the Alf show who struggled with heroin addiction. And actually, let me show this picture. I'm gonna show you the picture of the alien that they used for that movie. They couldn't use Alf because they didn't have the rights to use Alf. So the alien that they used is clearly based on the Alf image. Here it is. Let me get to show you this. So this is the alien they used, Permanent Midnight. All right, let me share the screen. That's the alien they used for the Ben Stiller movie, and clearly based on Alf. Yeah, that's clearly based on Alf. Look at it for a second. So they couldn't get the rights to Alf to tell the story of the writer who created Alf, so they got a different alien design, which looks almost like him. There's definitely similarity, but they couldn't get the rights to Alf, so they created their own looking alien, and they deviated enough to keep it similar but different. Monkey Kills Lasagna says many different cartoon stars like Bugs Bunny, the Muppet Babies, Garfield joined forces to convince the teenager that drugs aren't cool. Not just any drugs, marijuana. They said, no, marijuana's not cool. Get away from marijuana. Um, yeah, it says George C. Scott also got me and Carol Cousins into smoking pot. I believe that, 100%. Um, Great Gold Worm says, once he stops smoking weed, the kid stops seeing cartoon characters. It's kind of a weird inverted message when you think about it, doesn't it? It's almost like they the cartoon characters came into existence because this kid was smoking marijuana, but they said don't smoke marijuana because it's unhealthy for you. So he kicks the habit, and the cartoon characters disappear. It's a weird inverted message. Oh, look, my co-host is there. It's Helmut, aka Outlaw DX. He says, "Good morning, Peanut Head." You missed the Pogs video, Helmet. You're gonna have to wait till Monday to see it. But the updated Pogs video, people they liked it. They were like, "Oh, it's weird." So yeah, yeah. Permanent Midnight is the Ben Stiller movie about the writer that was the writer for Alf, and he was into drugs. So yeah. Yeah, it says that's just blue Alf. Yeah, it is. It's really Alf, but with a different color and some alterations on the ears. But it's an anteater from Pig Panther. As Osbright's age. Manticore says you can clearly see that the alien are related by the shape of its cranium. Yeah, let's go back to that. So here's the alien from Blue Midnight, Permanent Midnight. They couldn't use the rights to Alf, so they created this alien specifically to tell the story of the writer of Alf. It's almost the same character. I haven't seen that movie, but I have to. I don't have to, but I should just to say that I saw it. Um, Cass says marijuana is not cool. Heroin, on the other hand, see, I can't read this. I'm gonna show from YouTube. I disavow YouTube. I disavow. That can make you a very wealthy man. You could create. I didn't. YouTube. I didn't say it. I'm just reading comments. Thankfully, I didn't highlight that. Oh, fucking. My channel's gone by tomorrow. Fuck you, KSS. Fuck you. Anyway, man, of course, is interesting. KSS or not. I don't know what you think, KSS. You're clearly gonna have my channel destroyed by tomorrow. I hate you, son of a bitch. I really hate you. 16 live. We were down to 12 live viewers. Now we're up to 16. So people are coming in now. We're starting to see some of the foreigners waking up, like Helmut, who is in the chat now. I guess when I said I was going to stream, he wasn't awake. But I don't blame him because it's Sunday morning there now. Well, it's Sunday morning here, but it's sunny over there. It's still dark here. Still totally dark. I slept and missed it, but I have a PS5 now, you poor peasant. Oh, well, good for you, Helmut. Good for you. I hope you enjoy your PS5. Because you're better than me, right? Yeah, you're absolutely better than me. Good job. Appreciate you. Appreciate what you stand for. It's 3:04 here in the timeline. Kay says that you haven't seen Permanent Midnight. Watch it. It's not a comedy, but he sees a blue Alf. Now that sounds frightening. Actually, that sounds kind of. Now that I think about it, it sounds very frightening. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it now. I don't know if I want those nightmares in my head. Yeah, that's actually frightening. The way you told that story is frightening. I think I'll pass. I think I'm gonna pass on that one. Monkey King says, look up the Minus Man 199. The Minus Man 199. Let's look up the Minus Man 199. Let's look it up. Minus Man 199. That's a film. Oh, it's from 1999. I'm sorry. That's the name of the movie. The Minus Man from 1999 with Owen Wilson. Okay. Okay, well, I guess so. That's a recommendation, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, KSS says, for the record, I do not use drugs except when I'm smoking opium in a Chinatown opium den. Well, you just doxed yourself, but good job, KSS. I didn't do it. You did it. I didn't do it. Helmet says, also, Alf was cool and totally non-PC, but Willie was a gay crack addict in real life. Yeah, we talked about that, and it's very sad. So anyway, yeah, apparently, and wasn't he gay with like a young person? I think someone young. Anyway, anyway, the guy's dead, so unfortunately, it sucks. Gold King Publishing in the chat says hi. That is, I think that's J Dollar. I believe that's J Dollar. Gold King Publishing. That looks like the J Dollar icon. He goes, "What's up? Hi, how you doing?" Miles Great Sage says, Elasma doesn't do drugs, just adrenochrome from the innocent. Here's my Alf figure from NECA. Actually, if I had an Alf costume, I'd wear it for the show. NECA did a great job with the Alf figure. Also glad they had this too, because I was a big Alf fan, and I had the Alf plushie as a kid. He only said a few things, but to me, he was real. To me, he was my friend. I don't care what anybody says. He was my good friend, and none of these were there when he was there. He got me through the tough times. Fuck you all. I'm tired of this. I really am. I'm gonna end live stream here. Anyway, huh. Um, yes, it is J Dollar. Spoken Publishing. Kay says that Jerry Stoll was the writer. You can look up his Alf stories on YouTube. Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna do that. Man, of course, says everything repeats. Am I going in circles, or dare I hope I am on a spiral? Why Staples Lewis? Um, well, there's nothing new under the sun, so there's that. There's definitely nothing new under the sun. So you got that at least. And that's why like nothing that you read or watch is really new. Maybe it's repurposed in a different and refreshing way, but not inherently new. But that's why I say it was entertaining and it did its job. KSS says no. Willie from Alf was banging homeless men of age while smoking crack. Okay, yeah. I mean, I wasn't like insinuating he was anything nefarious, but it's still tragic. It really is. So that sucks about him. That means we're never gonna get a proper ending to Alf because the actor's dead. Actually, him and the son are both dead, so we're not gonna get a real proper ending to Alf. If you don't choose to accept the movie as canon, some people do because they want to see Alf get some kind of resolution, even if it's not with the Tanners. But it's reality, isn't it? Like our next chapter takes us to a spot that our current life didn't anticipate, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a new show or a new movie and new circuit. Hey, look at me for example. 3 years ago I was married to Stephanie, and now with her passing, my life took a turn, and now I'm in a spot in my life that I didn't see myself in 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago to be exact. So our life does take us in a position where like it really feels like a new chapter and a new story with new characters. It happens. So in a way, the Alf timeline is kind of reflective of real life. It really is. So I guess in that aspect I can't be upset about it, but still you would want to have seen some kind of resolution with the Tanners, especially since he lived with them for so long. But you know, um, in real life, Willie Tanner could have been in CG, says Helmet. Yeah, yeah. CG such a trash fire that yeah he could have been. Manicore says he ate the neighbor's cat and then ate lead. Probably says Alf. Yes, that happened. that did happen. Sure, sure or not. Um, totally. I wish I had a drink with me, but I didn't bring my drink. I was so focused on just getting the stream done and successfully streaming, which I did. I had a successful stream. So when I end the stream, I feel like I've achieved my goal. Shout out to you guys in the chat. You helped me get to that goal tonight, so I appreciate that. I don't set anything unrealistic. I set what I can, and you guys, you got me there. So shout out to you in the chat, except for KSS because he's a jerk, and Metacore because he's hateful, and Colors because she banned. Everybody else though, shout out to you guys. So sorry, roll. Anything going on? X right now? X is pretty dead right now, which is good. Although not. Hmm. I'm checking my timeline. I'm checking the For You tab for some weird, interesting. There's a thing now on X where now people are posting screenshots that shows that where they're hosting their accounts from. So that's the thing now. Some people are like, well, I'm not really posting from Israel, and then it's now, so it's like, yeah, yeah, that's the thing now. So, oh wait, why is people laughing at Helmet? Did Helmet say something? No, because they're replying to the CG comment. So yeah. Uh, Man, of course, says, condolences, Eliza. You should be proud. You let it forge you, not break you. Well, I was preparing before she passed away. I was preparing for that. Some people don't get that opportunity, but I had to prepare myself before she passed away because I knew it was gonna be real. And yeah, and I haven't shared the details, and I won't, of the months after her passing of how I had to cope. I ain't sharing those. I'll share with you like in private, but I won't share all the details publicly. I'm keeping those to myself. But yeah, it got real. She got real. So, but I didn't put it out there because when I go on live on stream, it's about the fun and the entertainment, and I'm sticking to that. Um, KSS says 4 years ago, I asked the last Matt, "You think in 4 years we'll be good friends talking about Willie Tanner and smoking crack with homeless men, and then boinking?" He said, "Yes." KSS is a confirmed prophet. There you go. Or maybe I'm the confirmed prophet. Is it a prophet or am I the prophet? I don't know. Either way, it happened on my stream, so I'm taking credit. Um, Jade says, well, who's gonna stream next? Well, if I log off and you're up, you should fire up a stream. Or tell TJ to fire up a stream. I don't know. Get someone else to fire up a stream. But I can't go on all night. I gotta sleep at some point. I have to replenish. How much I'll rewatch the stream, I promise. Well, hopefully you can stomach the first 2+ hours of it. You should be able to. It's the I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Ralph like to eat cats. He also like Chinese food. Just putting that out there. No connection to Great Gold Worm. He also had a big nose too. That means something as well. I won't say what it means, but it's all connected. Anyway, Emma says, I lost my beloved grandma on November 22nd, 2022. It's always hard, I feel you. Yeah, I get it. Especially like in the months of the season, October, November, December. Like that time is just rough for people that lose their close loved ones during that time for the holidays. So, but I swore that the holidays would become special for me because Stephanie was always big on the holidays. She loves celebrating the holidays. And I said I cannot let her memory die off and not me enjoy the holidays. If I don't enjoy it for me, at least make it so that others around me can enjoy it. That's like on Halloween. Now I'm on Halloween. I'm out on the door and just passing candies out to trick or treaters, and they're having fun with it. For Thanksgiving, if Lady Child Band not up to it, I told her I would cook a turkey. I'll do the cooking because at the very least, the scent of the food and the spirit of the enjoyment of the house is important for the holidays. So I said I'll do it because it's important. Uh, that's the takeaway I get from Stephanie's life is make the holidays mean something for other people at the very least, if not for yourself, for other people. Uh, so yeah. 17 live viewers. I want to go to bed, but I can't go to bed if people are coming in to watch the stream. That I don't know how I feel about that. Man, of course, I'm working on something I'll share soon, but not sure how much coding I have till it's up and running. But I'll share when it's done. There you go. You're in a perfect community to share. So there we go. That's awesome. I always encourage people to be creative and share stuff. KS says December 19th, 2017 is a rough day for me. Yeah, we always remember those dates. Like I'll always remember October 1st, 2022. You'll remember December 19th, 2017. So I get it. Don't know your full story, but I've heard some things. So one day you'll tell me, and I'll have a better appreciation for why you torment me and chuck your spear at me in the chat. But till then, you're a mystery. Anyway, December 19th. I mean, okay, December 19th. Yes, I get it. December 19th. So yes, December 19th. Sorry, I'm just rubbing my elbow because it's hurting. But 2 hours and 54 minutes to stream. I was only gonna go like for like an hour or two, but again, I got some super chats. I had a pledge on my Kickstarter. Bobby, if you just came into this chat, the link to Pumpkin Warpatch is in the pinned message. Or if you can't pledge the full 15 for the one or 30 for the two books, pledge $1 plus $2. I'm good with that. Get me closer to my $500 goal. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Uh, Helmut says, I wish we could have Thanksgiving here, but I know what you mean. I'll celebrate Christmas and New Year's here with the family. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it's a good idea to start the Christmas season early. I think the days leading up to Christmas are a lot more fun and meaningful than the actual day itself because the day itself it comes and goes. And I love Christmas Day, don't get me wrong, but it comes and it goes. But the days leading up to is where the memories are. You got the events, you got the ice skating, you got the plays, the movies, the specials that come on. I love the season entirely. Starting with Thanksgiving. Although for me, the holidays really begin in October with the Comic Con, New York Comic Con, and then you got Halloween, and then you got the days leading up to Thanksgiving, the days leading up to Christmas, and then that final week leading up to New Year's. Once New Year's Day happens, that's the end of it all. And then you're back to the real world and the grayness and all that shit, and then you see what's happening in the real world, and I ain't getting to the politics, but you know what's happening, and it's all kind of fucked up now. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to the holidays, it's all within your household. Like preserve it in your household, and it'll help you get through this, and it should help you offset the shadiness of the real world. So yeah. Jay Law says we don't put up the Christmas tree until after Thanksgiving. Yeah, some people do that. Lady Shadowman will probably do it after Thanksgiving too, but she has all the stuff already ready to put up the Christmas tree. So she probably may do it before Thanksgiving. But yeah, the Christmas tree's going up sometime this week, and it'll help brighten up the study area for me. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be nice and having that sucker up and bringing life into my study area. Plus, it'll also encourage me to really, strip down my stuff and make my study area more presentable, which I'm doing. I'm selling some items, giving away some items, so I'm gonna kind of like um, just give away some stuff and really bring my inventory down. If that makes any sense, probably not. Anyway, and of course, says end of stream D word. Boy chat. Wait, oh D word boy chat back Pumpkin Warpatch today. Yes, go ahead and back it. Can't get the comic. At least $1 or $2 pledge is fine. I'm good with that. Let me go back to the page. There it is. There's the Pumpkin Warpatch comic for the Kickstarter. We had someone pledge tonight. Thanks for the pledger. You get issues 1 and 2. If you're overseas not in the U.S., if you pledge $5 or more, I'll send you the PDF of this. And I say this to my regulars. If you're a regular in the chat, if you pledge $5 or more, I will send you the PDF when the comic's done. So at least you'll get that. But for now, the physicals are just for my local backers. Just because for floppies, it wouldn't make sense to charge shipping because it'll kill your pockets over. Shipping is really a disaster for backers. So there you go. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Yes, and KSS has put the link to Pumpkin Warpatch in the chat. And yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream. It's already 3:18 here. I gotta get some rest and try to enjoy waking up Sunday morning. Maybe I'll convince myself to make pancakes for the family. We'll see. We will see. I haven't made pancakes in a minute. I love making pancakes, so I'm gonna try to push for that. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to you guys in the chat for coming out and hanging out and making this thing interesting. We had a decent conversation um, tonight. It actually made this thing stretch out. I was surprised at how much we were able to stretch out, but we had a pretty good wait, how about saying I'm laying out peanuts and a can of beefaroni for Demas this year and hope Saint Peanut Head shows up and brings me presents. You know how many we were good so far. Like we had 2+ hours of Communita and Unita. And you come in here and you spew this shit on me. Shame on you, Helmet. Shame on you. Helmet hates me, guys, so good night. Or good morning, wherever you're at. I don't care no more. I'm just gonna just end it all. I'm gonna Minecraft it all. All of it. Good night.
You're watching Alasmath the Shadow Band. You're watching Alasmath the Shadow Band.